August talking about motorsport.
Pissed up in a golf buggy.
Shithousery at its finest.
Anyway, ladies and
Most
gentlemen,
useful
welcome
thing is
back
done.
to, I'm going to call this Mega Month, because we've just got mega guest after mega guest after mega guest. Mega guest number 2 for August is none other than British touring car driver Ryan Bensley with us, who, well, you've come from nothing, as you were telling us.
Minus.
Probably
minus, yeah.
But you have proper come through Club Motorsport to
Yep.
the British Touring Car Championship, where this year you're driving 4 Speedworks.
Yep. Next to my mate Josh.
Your mate Josh, yeah.
We got him here that he couldn't make it. So
The original that inspired the Ricky Collard
he is,
poster.
he is the king of Thruxton.
Yeah,
He loves that title.
The Days of Cook. I mean, so explain to us about the poster. What happened with that?
I found that online. He was basically, Josh started coaching me later in when I come back to cars, Civic Cup, and then into TCR. Any opportunity I get to kind of mug him off or embarrassing him, I'd seen that online. I printed it off in my office. That's why it's in black and white, because we don't have a colour printer.
Cool.
For regulatory reasons.
Done properly then, yeah.
Yeah, done properly. A cheap frame out of the range. Other places are available to buy frames from. And we went to, I can't remember where it was. I think we took the team out one evening and we went to, I think it was Hickory's actually. Again, other restaurants are available.
Yeah.
Went up to the table and already had it in the corner. And as he walked over, obviously you see it there and he was like, "You're a fucking idiot." He hates that. So I take it everywhere now. It's in my car.
However, he did show us at Thruxton the special additions that have been made to the team.
You on about my logo?
Yeah, the special logo.
Apparently that's offensive.
Is it?
Somewhere in the world, it's an offensive gesture. My missus was telling me. She's a bit of the fun police. So.
But I always knew that as you try and do that to your mates, and as soon as they see
Malcolm
it,
in the
you
middle.
go,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think it was. So obviously when the Speedworks deal come out, I had a test day at Snetterton. So I think I got like 2 hours into the test day, and I'd done that to one of the mechanics straight away, and then that was it. They just all started doing it to me. I thought we're gonna get on fine here. It's not a problem.
It's good. It's a nice rapport to have with your mechanics.
Yeah.
Before we delve into to your career and your going through today, actually, there's been seismic news, and I'd like to get your thoughts on it, both from the finance side, because that's you're sort of from the mortgage world, aren't you? Plato Racing have gone into administration. Thoughts?
We had a conversation off camera with a couple of people in the recent weeks, haven't we? And they said, it's not all...
Paddock rumours are things are a little bit shaky.
Yeah, like, it's not all green and rosy over there as much as you think it is.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah,
so,
I mean, we saw that they'd spent an absolute fortune on making a touring car team, and was it going to be sustainable with the lack of sponsorship on the car?
Yeah, something like that. But speaking of sponsorship, so I'm going to give a bit shout out here to Touring Car Magazine, so Mick Palmer. So straight away, he's the man in the know, and he put something out on social media of, I think I'll better hold on to the Plato Racing news then, and he's doing a big rewrite. He's been ringing around to his contacts, and he's basically, so the next issue is out next Friday, by the way. Please go and buy it, because
it's good.
It is a very good magazine, actually. I don't know. Have you ever read a copy of it?
I'll probably have at some point, yeah.
Yeah. It's a good magazine. You better speak to Mick. He'll put a nice little article in there for you.
I'll enjoy that.
So on the record from Mick, so he puts to me, Rowbottom has told me at Thruxton that sponsors pulled out when Trump started firing rockets at Iran, and that Cataclean effectively stepped in. The direct quote from Robo, as he told to Mr. Palmer, the war happened, so some of the commercial deals that we had in place have been pushed back, so it meant that funds are tight. But that's fine. I'm very, very lucky that my long-term backers, Cataclean, have dug their heels in and gone, well, we'll continue to fund this because it needs funding. They have been phenomenal. It's also been said to Mick that it's a possibility that Cataclean could take control of the team as a pre-pack administration purchase. So by the sounds of it, potentially... Cataclean have called it, so they've loaned to Plato Racing, and they're calling back the debts.
Yeah, it's a similar thing, isn't it, to what happened with Checo and
Force
India
that Paul spoke about.
Yeah,
so
similar thing again. It could actually save the team. by doing that.
in theory. So it means the two administrators could go out, get the funding required, get new backers in, right?
Yeah.
And so there's more information here. It's quite a lot that he's given to me, but obviously the Pantera valuation thing that's gone out this afternoon. So turnover of 545 grand. The cost to the team at the moment is 1.38 million.
Huge.
Current operating loss of 835,000. So that's a big chunk of money to go and find. Or it's a bungalow on the New Forest.
Yeah.
Well, certain areas of the New Forest, the rest of it's on fire. If Cataclean are not looking at purchasing the team and do want their money back, then what administrator is going to pay for a team to arrive at Donington for the cars to get a bit of damage and supplies to be used? But he did hark back to, remember the Caterham F1 thing in 2014? Finbarrow O'Connell, an administrator in team gear on the pit wall. That's a good point. So we could see a bit of that at Donington. We could see them turn up at Donington as we carry on as is. They haven't had hospitality for a while, have they?
No.
I don't remember seeing it at Knockhill.
There wasn't at Thruxton either.
No, wasn't there?
Nope.
No. So, unfortunately, they have been struggling financially thanks to Orange Man over in the States. But what it looks like is Cataclean is the lender, Plato Racing as the borrower. They've gone into administration, but it's Cataclean that have effectively triggered that by calling in their debt.
Yeah.
So, okay, and it also means that they would hold legal claim over the assets and they have certain financial protections, right? So, okay, hopefully I'm taking this as, you know what the internet's like, everyone's like, oh my God, this is terrible. And it could just be, okay, they'll place into administration, they'll get some backers, new finance comes in, they carry on, well, not as is, but they can restructure and carry on as they can.
Perhaps I should ring them up and see if they need help with the finance. Mortgage.
Well, you
get
can
a
sort
mortgage in
out.
there.
I was going to say, you can sort out a mortgage.
That's it. There you go. Yeah. Get that on the go.
Mortgage man to the stars.
Mortgage synergy. Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Um,
Other mortgage brokers are available.
Yeah, but
You
we
have
like
to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can say anything, though, can't you? As long as you say allegedly before it.
Yeah.
If you're going to state something.
And with all due respect, is
With
the other
all
one.
due
It's in the
respect.
Geneva Convention.
Yeah, with all due respect. Is that in the Geneva Convention? Is that where that comes from? Is it? I like that. Yeah. I do say that a lot. With
Talladega
all
Nights.
due respect. Yeah. Yeah. That's how that great film that is.
Fucking brilliant film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other bit of news, James Dorling has left Restart, so that's come out this afternoon. Don't
Wow.
know. Yeah, there's nothing on there. People are obviously online are speculating whether it's financial or elsewhere. We'll wait and see what happens with that.
Yeah.
So they're going to announce another driver.
Okay.
But it's not you.
No. Allegedly. It's not me. I couldn't leave my mate Josh. I
No.
couldn't do that.
Jade? Maybe.
Wow. She gets some backing.
Yeah, she's doing all right on the telly box, though, so she's...
Yeah. Yeah. She's good at that.
I'm just going to throw Creasy's name in there because that will come up, no doubt.
Yeah, why not? Michael Crease, Andy Neat.
Oof, no.
No.
And
Is he
Didn't he
free?
get-
I
Didn't
don't
he?
know.
Didn't he get in trouble?
Yeah, he's like, I thought he was on a holiday.
Oh, is it
On a holiday with small windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, known as what is it called? Prisoner number 98613187.
Courtesy of Her Majesty. Well, His
Her
Majesty.
Majesty's
so,
pleasure.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I heard rumours, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he went away on a little holiday for a little while.
okay, maybe not Andy Neat. I don't know. We'll speculate. Maybe they'll get a young driver in there that's capable of doing really, or even Dan Lloyd. He did a
Yeah.
did a really good job last year.
Yeah.
So, right, that's a bit of news out of the way. Ryan, let's talk about you.
Where do you want me to start?
Where did it all start?
So, I think when I was about 4 years old, my dad built me like this. We used to go and watch stock cars. So it started on the ovals.
Yep.
Well,
Wiz-
you're Kings
Wiz
Lynn,
Beach.
aren't you?
Yeah, but they had a track at Wiz Beach at the time.
Okay.
Post and wire.
So he used to take me over there on a Saturday night, and I used to just love watching these cars going around.
Yeah.
And then he built me like I don't know, it was like a little equivalent of an FT, like a little tiny thing that had a moped engine in. So I used
Yeah.
to drive that around. And then they said to him, you want to get him into karting. And at the time, it was only cadets, like 8 years old. You had to be 8 years old to race. So long story short, we went into karting, done like Bry House, Kim Bolton, done a lot of club stuff. Raced against Hamilton, Lewis. Probably the only driver that's raced against both Hamiltons, maybe.
Maybe.
Very
Bit of-
cool.
Bit of trivia, yeah.
Yeah.
That's your pub quiz question.
That
There you
is.
go.
That
There
is.
you go.
That's,
No one's going to get that right.
no, that's also going to be the quote for the YouTube thumbnail. I've raced against Lewis and
Yeah. So come up through karting. I finished my karting career in what is now called KZ, which was the gearbox karting.
Okay.
So 125s, I went a bit of a different route. So then I had a few years out, done the like the college thing. You know, you can try and grow up and educate yourself and things like that. And then decided to get into car racing, went into stock hatch.
Yep.
So
Proper racing.
yeah, well, I had a Citroen Saxo VTR on the road.
Didn't everybody around our age?
What a weapon they were, though. Like
Yeah.
at one point, like, I remember when you were like, whatever age you were, like early 20s, and it was like 130 brake horsepower, whatever they had, just
Yeah.
seemed like so much power.
Oh, they were rapid.
Yeah.
Those the 106 GTIs.
Yeah.
Mm.
The 106 GTI. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. And then you had the VTS, didn't you?
Yeah,
It was like
and then
like the top one.
The top one, then the
Yeah.
VTR. It's like, yeah, you
It's like-
couldn't afford a VTS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
but everyone had a
peasant
VTR.
spec.
So my dad built the VTR into a race car, into stock hatch. We done that. Didn't do a full season in 07. Won the championship in 08. I remember there being like, I think it was 07, we went to Snetterton. It's like 90 cars on the grid.
Wow.
That was,
It was
back
mental.
when you had B, C, D
Yeah.
grids.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was huge.
And I got a bit of coaching at the time from Carl Breeze.
Yeah, yeah.
He lives in Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
So, you know, breeds drivers apparently, Kings Lynn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
George
true.
Russell, Martin Brundle.
Yeah.
I think I'm the 8th best driver in Lynn. That's what my friends rank as. As soon as someone, like one of
Someone
their
else
kids passes their test, it's like, oh, you're 9th now. I'm
Nice.
like, oh,
Yeah, someone's
so-
moved into the
can
area
so-
that's
can
got a
someone-
driver's license.
Can someone retire? Like, yeah, can Jordan Kendall give up karting or something and just retire? You know?
That's
So-
the point. I wonder what part of Norfolk Becca's from, because she's actually raced, so you might even be below Becca.
Don't shift me outside the top 10. I've been hanging on to that 8th spot.
Have you ever
Yeah.
raced a three-wheeled
Yeah.
three-wheeled car?
I'd love to. I've raced anything.
Do the Robins on the ovals?
Do they still race them on the ovals?
Yeah. Mildnell.
Do they?
World Finals at Mildnell.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll go and watch the F1s. I like the F1s.
Yeah,
I like going and watching them.
Brisker F1's a different gravy, aren't they?
Oh, definitely.
That's,
yeah,
that's
they-
the only motorsport that's better watching, I think, than competing in.
Yeah. I've done the... I did the thing lap for Chip at his World Final. I'm like, how this is shit.
What was that in?
He did a Robin Reliant World Final at Mildred.
Ah, right,
And he's
okay.
like, "Can you drive my car out for the parade lap?" I was like, "Yeah." And the track is just fucking rutted. I've never been on Mildred.
It's like a roundabout, isn't
It's
it?
yeah,
It's tiny.
literally like the Magic
Yeah.
Roundabout, like Stan Lake with dirt. And then I'm there, and I'm like, I've never driven a Robin Reliant. And they was like, "Mate, this is shit." I said, "The engine's there." I was like, "Where's the cover?" He goes, "Don't need that." Are you fucking sure? And he puts, to be fair to him, he put so much prep in the car. Car was the best prep car he's ever done. It looked fucking mint, but he spent so much time making it look pretty. He spent too much time with me, and then didn't sort something out with the rear axle. So he went in the first corner, and it rolled.
Are they full contact?
Contact is allowed, as far as I'm aware. Put it this way: every time I've ever watched them, there's contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like the BTCC, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just a three-wheel version.
Three-wheel version.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. I mean,
Oh, I tell you what, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? Load of touring car drivers.
well, they got us to do the F1 thing, didn't they, for a couple? We've done it
Yeah.
for 3 years, I think.
Yeah, and National Hot Rods as well.
Oh, they've done National Hot Rods, did they?
Yeah, because one of my sponsors, Team B, Rob Austin drove Mikey's.
Fair
So they
play.
did it,
I'd-
and then Mikey chucked him in for another couple of races, I think, as well.
I'd love to have a go in a National Hot Rod.
It's all right,
'Cause
I'll speak to Mikey
The
if he's
F1s,
listening.
the F1s were good. Like, actually driving them around the track, they're really agricultural, but they've got like loads of power, hardly any grip. The brakes are shit. It's heavy. Like,
Yeah.
but once you get into a rhythm, they're actually really fun to drive. But when you got the other drivers hitting you, I mean,
Yeah.
it's horrible. It's like, I think ironically, I think the first year we done it, Collard gave me a big hit as the race
Yeah.
started, and I thought it just rattles your skull. You're just like, what are we doing here?
The thing is, you put Rob on the Novel. Yeah. He just goes back to the way it
Yeah,
was.
any collard on an oval, and that's
Yeah.
it. Game over.
It's good fun though. Like we were, I think the second year, I think it was the second year or the third year we done it. And I remember Morgan doing it that year, and I think I finished. No, it was the second year. I finished third, and we were all just talking, and it was like, yeah, we thought we were really having a go at each other, like hitting each other, and then you watched the regulars, and they're like fencing each other. And Bobby Thompson actually done the full meeting one year.
Yeah.
And the fear on his face before he went out, I was like, mate, you thought it's like you put in the group chat that he was going to do the full meeting. And it was like that thing of where you go, oh, I'm going to run a marathon. It seems like a good idea when you sat on the sofa. But when you're at the start line, you're like, why am I doing this?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking thunderous things. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I've
great.
driven an
They're
F2.
great.
I've driven an F2.
Have you?
Yeah, it was good fun.
I bet they're good because they're quite light, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just 2 litre.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done one of them. One of my mates has got a super stock, which is essentially the same thing.
Oh, fair play.
But they don't give a shit, them drivers.
Hell no.
No.
They'll have the absolute smash of their life and just pull it out the fence. Yeah, the wheels sort of look straight. Send it out again.
Yeah. Trust me, I've never really got into the full contact. I haven't wanted to do mini stocks or super stocks or anything like that.
No.
Just because what I annoy, just me personally, you work really hard to get to the front. And then the last corner and the last lap, and someone just
Puts you in the fence.
fires you in.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck was the
And
point?
you're like, right, I've got a damaged car. I've broke my spleen. I've got a damaged collar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Literally.
So I need the chiropractor.
But wasn't Stockhatch like that at one point? Because they had such huge grit. And I mean, obviously, having Carl Breeze as coach, I mean, he's an ex-touring car driver as well. And Cleo's, was it he did?
He did
Yeah,
Carrera Cup.
Genettas. Yeah, he done Genettas for a lot of years. He won the championship. He won.
That's it.
He won Formula Renault. I believe he won the Formula Renault championship the year after Kimi Raikkonen.
Yeah, that's
and
what
he
I'm
smashed
thinking.
all his
So it
lap
was-
records.
Yeah.
And then Kimi Raikkonen went straight into F1. And Carl, obviously, they didn't have enough funding for. I think he tried to do F3, and then he'd done the little bit in the touring car, and then he went back to Genettas. But he's really good, Carl. Really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Like naturally, he's a really good driver.
But around that time, the caliber, would you have had the Deegans, Lee and Shane Deegan?
No, I think they were a little bit after. So we had. I'm trying to think who we had that was in it. There was a lot of older boys in there. There was a guy called Jeff Humphreys. He was pretty quick. I think he's local to here actually. Farnham.
Okay.
Is it Farnham?
Yeah, Farnham. That's not
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
Literally 10 minutes away.
Yeah. So he was good. Trying to think. Josh came into it in. I think it was 09 he came in because he'd done
Yeah.
Sax Max before that because that's when Sax Max started.
Yeah, because I can remember it's a weird thing. You used to like watch, and I didn't quite have like proper Freeview Plus, but you could buy like record. And I used to always record the club
Yeah.
racing
Yeah.
that came up on Motors TV.
Yeah.
And Stockhatch at the time was one of those where
It
you would
was.
get the occasional pro. And for some reason, I could just vividly remember this interview with a very young Josh, with his Saxo being wheeled out behind him, and he's doing Stockhatch, and that's
Yeah.
where I remember it. And then you'd have Ash Sutton did Formula V, and
Yep.
so 750 Motor Club would occasionally have a bit of stuff
Yeah.
go out on Motors TV, and that's where I remember it from.
Yeah, it was a great championship, and it was. I think it was 07 we ran. I think it was 07 and 08. I remember we ran Yokohama 539, so they were like a road tyre.
Yeah, AO539 is a class tyre.
They were really good. Yeah, so you used to have them like buffed down, you know,
Okay.
and then like full treaded in the wet, and the cars were really good with that because they moved around a lot.
Yeah.
And then we went over to I think they were the Yokohama A48s. Is it the
Yeah,
like cut
48s. Yeah,
slicks
yeah,
in 09? Yeah. And they were still quite good, but you know, it meant some corners were flat, but they weren't quite flat before and stuff like that. And I remember it was at the old Snet. I remember the old Snet, you know,
Yeah,
before they
yeah,
changed it.
Proper Snet.
Yeah, and you used to be able to go around Coram just flat on the 539s, but it was like you was hanging on to it.
Yeah.
But at that age, you know, you just didn't give a shit really.
No,
You
I
didn't
used to
have
race
any
on
fear.
539s actually on the
Yeah,
ovals.
yeah.
You ever
That's it. That's where they're from, I think.
Yeah, you ever put a brand new set of those and then driven on them, like brand spanking new?
No.
Yeah, I
Don't.
did that once.
Don't do it.
Well, I had a little Fiesta, right, a little 1.1 Mark III Fiesta, and I got these like TSW Apex wheels. It's like, yeah, need new tyres for them though. Cool. So the mate goes, get some AI 539s. Cool. Take it easy on these though for the first like 10 miles because they're quite oily. Fuck off, I'm 17, I know what I'm doing, going to the roundabout on the way back into Guildford, and the fucking thing put me on the roundabout. On the roundabout. Just wee. It was like,
That worked out well for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
no fucker lets you off, do they?
No,
No.
no, I know.
What's
I
that
know.
dickhead doing on there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they know exactly what you are, Scott.
Stupid.
So yeah, we won the championship in 08, and then 09. I think I led it all year in 09 until the last couple of rounds, and I had an engine failure. But it was funny because I remember 09 was when Josh came into it, right?
Right,
I don't know if you'll like me telling you this, but
go on.
I remember
He's not here, so
No,
go
it's
for
all right.
it.
Yeah, fuck him. So
Well, he kind of is, but
Hey mate, you all right? So we turned up the first round, and I think it was at Snet, and I was quite good at Snet, obviously being local track. I remember I come in after the first race. I'd won the first race, and I was talking to the driver, and then all the other drivers were coming up in Park Fair now, and they were like, "Bloody Cookie, that new driver, he's smashing into the side of me. He was just like hitting everyone, and I was like, I ain't got a problem with him. All year, never had a problem with him. Never had a problem with Josh on track. Never.
But
never an issue.
so he came straight in from Maxx and hit the front at Stockhatch.
Yeah, he was. I think I remember him being. He was up the front. He was obviously a quick peddler. I remember there was a few races where, like, if they had a ballast system, so I think he maybe won 2 or 3 on the trot, and he'd get like 60 kilos in. But you'd have to be quite strategic with it, because as soon as you got 50 in the car, you'd then go further back. So you didn't want like 60 kilos in, because you'd be out the points. So you'd have to be like, if you was winning a race, you might go, I don't really want the 20 kilos. I'll drop back to second or third and get the 10 or 5. So you had to play a bit of a game with it. And I remember him going in, and I think he won like 3 races on the bounce or something, or he accumulated up like all this
to get to
all this ballast.
60 kilos.
Yeah, and then he was. I remember him thinking. I remember him saying or thinking. You could just tell that he thought that would be fine. I'll be able to drive around this, and he just went backwards in one of the races. And it was like, yeah, you got to be a bit smart with this. And then I think he done that. So we done that in 09. I can't remember if I think he then won the championship in 2010. I think he did. Him and Jeff Humphreys were back then. And then I went off and I won the Dunlop Race Academy. They done like this thing. It was a bit low key, but the prize for that was they paid all your entries into a class called Sport Maxx at the time.
Yeah,
Right.
which was like the Dunlop production.
That's it.
Effectively, it was like a revival of Group N, wasn't it?
Sort of, yeah. It was like it was all Astras and Cupras. The bop in it was a little bit questionable.
Yeah. And then for some reason, I can remember one Class B car, which was a Fiat 500.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, it was on the bar pack, but it was it also like part of the Great and British package? So you had Sport Maxx, and then you had Minis.
Yep.
Were the pickups in there as well?
I think they come at the odd round, yeah.
Yeah, but it was under bark. But it would
Right.
be. I'm pretty sure I got a program somewhere at home for it when they did their annual round at Thruxton.
Yeah.
But it was a championship that kind of took off, but never quite got to where they thought it should have got. I suppose.
Yeah, it was. I remember the cars were quite good to drive, because they were sort of again, I converted a road car. Well, my dad did. My dad's like come up with me, as a mechanic. So he converted the road car, and it was a Astra VXR. So you convert it into like a race car.
Okay.
You put the odd bit in it. I think they had a diff in them, and then obviously you uprate the suspension as you do a race car. We run on Derezes.
Yeah.
So I remember the Derezes. So we run like that for 2010. And I think I won one race, but the guy that won it, Adrian Churchill, meant his car was an absolute rocket ship. That was just ridiculous. And then I done it again the following year. And the following year, they changed it to slicks and wets. It was the first time using slicks and wets. And the trouble was the cars weren't really, you had standard drive shafts and standard wheel bearings. Everything was just breaking on them because of the
gearboxes
extra.
are made of cheese on
They
those
are
anyway.
made of cheese, yeah. I remember the race I won in 2010 was at Castle Combe, and halfway through the race, it kept jumping out of 4th gear, so I was having to take the chicanes like one-handed.
Oh God, because you're trying to hold it into
Hold
gear.
it in 4th, yeah. And the last corner, I remember going in, the last corner was the same. It was like, hold it in 4th gear, like one-handed, and it was like, don't get sideways, because I don't know if I'm going to catch this. You just end up billing it into the wall or something.
Yeah, they were a good car on paper, but just fucking shit parts.
Vauxhall.
Yeah.
I remember the on-power understeer on it.
My mate had a Nürburgring one. The thing was a fucking weapon. It was 400 horsepower mapped, and he let me drive it. And I'm like, 19, 20. And he's like, right, turn right when you boot it. Why just turn right when you boot it? The fucking torque steer on the thing. He just picked the front end up and walked it over.
You literally breathe on the throttle, and it's like, you come out of a corner and you start blending the throttle in. It's like, yeah, I'll be all right. And it's like, I'm not going to hit track limits. Oh, I'm not just going to do track limits. I'm going to hit the barrier. It was so bad, the front end traction on it.
Who the fuck designed the diff for that?
Yeah, I know.
It was atrocious.
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah. And it's like...
It was an afterthought.
Yeah.
They went, right, how much budget we've got left on this? We've got about 300 quid. Yeah, all right. What else do we need?
Yeah, what
diff. Just put an open diff in it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That won't be a problem.
Yeah.
Ditch finder.
Literally a ditch finder.
Yeah, ditch finder, yeah.
But they had the same on the, I think it was the Vectras as well, wasn't it? Anything VXR related, Clarkson slaughtered.
Yeah, they did a VXR Saphira as the same problem as well.
Yeah, just
People
kill your kids in there as well.
Yeah. Where are you going today? Well, take the kids to the zoo. We might not get there. Yeah. Just torque steering to a ditch.
Oh, imagine giving that to your missus.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got this. It looks sporty. And she's pulls off a roundabout.
This is brilliant. Yeah. What happened to you? Yeah, I died at 30 miles an hour coming off the roundabout in second gear. I breathed on the throttle. Innit?
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
No, they were fucking so bad.
Yeah.
But I think it was 2011 actually. Me and Josh then raced in production touring cars, they called it, and renamed it. He had a lot better year than I had. I didn't have a very good year that year.
Because Josh was in the McGann.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember halfway through, I'd stayed pals with Josh. We sort of we kind of clicked together really. And halfway through, I had a company running me, and basically I put it in the wall at Rockingham. I'll call that the Water Champions at turn 1. So I put it in there in qualifying. I was still P3. I'd done 3 laps. I remember it just going round. I just kept it pinned, and it was like, then I'm like, when it's broad sideways, going backwards, and I'm like,
this is gonna hurt.
I might as well take my foot off the throttle now. It didn't talk steer that day.
No.
No, I couldn't save that. So anyway,
the impact on that concrete barrier though, that must have been
that was pretty hard.
a cage rattler.
I questioned life at that point. That walk of shame that day was not a good one. So
Probably the walk of faith. You just sort of whatever gods you could thank at that point when walking back was.
I just wanted a God at that point. I didn't see God, I thought. So I think so. That's it. They literally walked out that night, the team, and Josh, he had like a few of his friends as mechanics and stuff helping out, and they got the car out the next day for me. And then he was like, I was obviously going to probably call it a day. He was like, no, give me the car, I'll prep it for you, and then we'll get you through the season. So I finished the season, and I kind of ran out of money because at the time, for all this time, I just had a normal job, a bit like you guys have. I just had, a day job, and I was still living at home and financing it that way. So I basically had no money. I had lots of money on credit cards and things. I was trying to pay for tyres and I had a sponsor pull out. So, classic kind of racing story.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, I can't really go on like this. I've either got to give racing up because of how horrendously expensive it is, or I've got to do something else to generate the money to be able to race. So it was like, okay, so I sold everything. I sold the car, sold the race car. I had this Citroen Relay van that was like the biggest piece of shit you've ever seen. It was a red thing. It was like, I was towing the car with it, and I don't even know how it done it. It was just horrendous, and I sold that for like $1,000 or something. So I scraped all this money together, and then a friend of mine bought properties to rent out. So it was like, you need to get into this. So I was like, okay, and then bought my first house. Kind of went along that road. And then 2015 started, I retrained to do mortgages, and then that's kind of where I went from there. And then I started racing again I think the first race actually I'd done back was with Josh and that in a C1 24 hour at Rockingham. Might have been 2017.
Ooh. Yeah, so around that time.
Yeah, and I was really rusty.
Yeah.
Really rusty.
Yeah.
Well, I'd done Compact Cup actually in 2012. A friend of mine had a Compact Cup car, Louis Tunmore, and he was trying to sell it. So he was like, just he'd been driving around at the back in it. He said, "Oh, just hop in it for one round." He said, and then you can
if you want to buy it,
Well, no, he said you can drive it for as just keep driving it, see if you can put it up the front, and then once it sells, that'll be it. And I remember we went to, I think at Brands, I finished like 5th in it or something, because they're like rear-wheel drive, but they're not really rear-wheel drive because they've got a lot of power.
Well, they're little 1.8 ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still race them now, don't they? It's quite a good grid,
I had one of
actually.
them
It's
on
quite
the road.
competitive, to be fair.
Yeah, they're great fun.
So I remember, I think it was the second round. I put it on pole at Cadwell, and I remember pulling off at the start. And this car was like really down on power for some reason. I don't know why. And I dropped back to 6th before the first corner. And one of the guys that was racing was David Mountchin.
Yeah.
And he came up to me after the race and he was like, "Did you have a problem with your car?" I was like, "It's been down on power since I've been driving it." And he was like, "You put it on pole like that?" I was like, I was hanging on to it. But
yeah,
it's good fun though. It was a good championship. Another 750 Motor Club championship. It was good. And it was hard racing in there.
And Louis Tunmore, he's someone you don't really see around nowadays. But
No,
again,
he does,
another great club racer.
Maha, he's in with, he works for Maha, doesn't he? I think he does a lot of the dyno stuff.
Okay.
He done a bit. He goes, I think he went and helped out with, what was the guy that won the Euro Millions? They done a bit of TCR Europe. He went and done a bit of that. Neil Trotter.
Yeah,
he used to do stock hatch.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then all sorts of other various 750 Motor Club championships, got the big money and bit of TCR, and don't really see much of him now.
No, I don't know what he's doing. But
Either way, he's happy. Sat on a few quid.
well, yeah. So yeah, and then I remember, I think it was during lockdown. I just had this idea one day. I thought I'll just go back racing, and I think I'd done a scholarship in, it might have been 2018 or 19, maybe, the Team Hard one.
Oh,
Yeah. I remember getting to the final at Rockingham and driving the Golf. I kind of pogoed a bit round. What's that one in the middle? Pit Path, is it? Do you remember that long corner?
yeah.
Really long, awkward.
Yeah, I remember pogoing around there and asking them to like adjust the car, and it was like, I got one of the mechanics, he said, "Oh, get yourself comfy in the car." So I started asking the mechanic to move the seat. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You said get comfy in the car." It was like that. And he was like, "No, with cushions." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's how we're driving."
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Tony
team.
Gillen, bless him.
Yeah, it's a team hard way.
I like Tony. I do like Tony as a person. Yeah, he's all right.
I think he's just, unfortunately, just made a few business decisions that were maybe a bit questionable over the years.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Love the t-shirts, by the way.
Well, so this is the thing. As you are you're known as the smart dressed man in motorsport.
yeah.
So not only have we got these fetching t-shirts, we've got you a present.
Oh, I love it.
We've got you a present.
I think I love it.
So Ricky
I haven't seen it yet.
so we got the
We've started something now.
we have started something. So Ricky obviously got the
Lights of Thunder.
Lights of Thunder poster. We couldn't find anything film related, but ZZ Top did do an album, and it is a sharp dressed man. And this is your album cover.
Look at that.
Ryan Bensley, the sharp dressed man.
I can actually play guitar. So, you know,
There we go. So the next
maybe later in the season.
I think you need to get the band back together. We got another
I
one
like
in the
that.
office for you to sign, but that is
Thank
yours.
you. I do like that.
That is for you
That's
to.
mega, that is.
That is you to put in a frame.
Isn't AI unbelievable?
I know.
ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT.
He looks faster than I am.
We've got to do Josh's one next.
That's the straightest that car's ever looked.
Yeah.
I love that. I do love that.
There we go.
Yeah,
So get it framed, and that could go next to the cookie poster.
that's going in my house.
Fantastic.
If my missus allows me to put it in my house.
Please, please,
Yeah, yeah.
Becky.
Becky, please let him put it up in the house. All
Yeah.
right. Scott took 5 minutes on that.
Yeah. That's 5 minutes he's not getting back. Let me put that up in the house. She'll say it's the wrong size or something. She'll say there's no room for it.
Yeah.
No pictures on our walls in some of the rooms. And we've got no room for that.
What?
Oh.
She said to me last time I'd done C1s that don't win any more trophies this weekend. There's too many in here. You need to get rid of some.
Really?
There's not that many. I'm not saying like a
Well, you
dickhead,
need to race in the mod Fords and get ones like what Rob won at the weekend. They're not very big.
Yeah, but I only got third place in Class B+. I need to do better, but...
Is that a blood group? is that a blood group? Is that how they done that class? They were like, right, you're a B+.
I think it was because it kind of started off with like A, B, C.
Yeah.
And then we've got...
They just looked at your tit size, didn't they?
Oh, fuck off. And we've got other sort of ribbons. So the EcoBoost started coming in, and they weren't quite... They were quicker than a B-class car, but not quite an A-class. So
Right.
we're kind of, they're a B+. So we sort of put the cars into... And then we had the RSRs come in, and they were in the super class and four-wheel drive stuff and bits like that as well. So it's just kind of evolved with that. So I'm in B+ class. Got a pair of thirds at Snet the weekend.
Good job, though. Because did you have a mechanical in qualifying?
First qualifying lap, snap the drive shaft, clean in the hub.
Because that's exactly what you want.
Exactly. Great effort. I've got the video somewhere. I'll show you after the pod.
Do you do your own spanner in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was literally me on my Sweeney Todd. To be fair, there was a lot of Mod 4s have got great guys around you. So it was just me that rocked up in the work van on the trailer, got the car off, did all the spanner check-in sort of Thursday into Friday, straight into qualifying, and that happened. Luckily, it's the only spare shaft I have is the one that broke. So
it's lucky, yeah.
jammed that straight back in the car and away we went.
A lot of people probably don't realise that, certainly in club racing, how much on a knife edge, like your spares package and stuff is because of the finances. Like they probably don't realise that.
No.
Like they just assume that you've got like a spare car there waiting in bits.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, my TCR car, right, when I had that Lincoln Co., some of the parts were like, you'd speak to the people you buy the parts from in Northampton, they'd be like, oh yes, 8 weeks for that. You're like,
What?
sorry,
Well,
what?
lead
Like only
time.
you for
Yeah, on some bits, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember them saying to me, they were like, yeah, what you need to do is like build a spares package up. And I'm like, okay, fine. How much?
How much?
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, maybe 100 grand's worth. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, if I had 100 grand,
I wouldn't be in this.
yeah, you know, I wouldn't be doing this. I'd be buying someone else. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, buying a house maybe. But
I think McLaren are a very similar way of doing this as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some of the other cars are better. I was talking to some Motion ran me and that, and they were saying the Cupra, you go on like a portal,
Yep.
and they're based in Spain, and you literally, like an online shop, you order the bits, and
That's true.
they come in a couple of days.
That's what John's got with the Cupra.
Oh, what,
Literally,
Mr.
he was,
Packer?
yeah, he was going through when it was over there.
Yeah.
So he's got TCR, Gen
Yeah,
1
yeah, yeah.
and
And-
Cupra.
Yeah,
But have Lincoln Co. I mean, let's be honest. The Chinese are shipping everything worldwide next day delivery. Why can't
Yeah.
Lincoln Co. do that?
yeah, I know.
probably find
exactly.
it on
Why can't you get it on Amazon?
Temu.
Temu. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lincoln Co. TCR.
Yeah.
Bosh, done.
Temu. Yeah.
Yeah. Civic Cup.
Yes.
That was so. You did a bit of C1s as you come back. When
Yeah.
did Civic Cup? Why Civic Cup at the time?
I remember. It's going to sound really weird. I was sat at home. Obviously, we were working. It was lockdown hit straight away.
Yeah.
And I remember just looking around, seeing what kind of series is that I could race. I wanted something that was similar to like stock hatch, but a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I see the Civic Cup, and I thought, you know, there was about 20-ish, 25 on the grid at the time. It weren't like as big as it is now.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that would be a good thing to get back into. Arrogantly, I thought, I remember doing a test day. I'd done a couple of test days with Area. Arrogantly, I kind of thought, I'll do a couple of test days and then I'll get back into it because I've won in everything else that I've been in, right? And I remember doing a test day and I was like, well, what my time's like? And he's like, yeah, you'll be like mid-grid. And I'm like,
Well,
sorry. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't think there's much more in it. I'm like, how far off am I? He's like, maybe a second. I'm like, something wrong with the car. Like, you know, and I went and done Thruxton because I love Thruxton. It's my favourite track until I done it in the touring car, and it was the scariest thing I've ever done. And yeah, I remember doing a lap, and I remember sending like a lap to Paul O'Neill because I met Paul O'Neill in, I think it was 2010. He'd done a bit of coaching me at Castle Kew actually when I won.
Okay.
So I used to just text him because at this time, like Josh went off and done his Clio thing and his touring car thing. So
Yeah.
we used to stay in touch, but we weren't like, you know, real close like we sort of are now. And then, I sent a lap over to Paul and he was like, yeah, looks pretty decent. You know, I think you'll be somewhere near the front. And I qualified like P7. I think it was like 16 cars on the grid. And I was like, that was a moment for me where it was just a massive smack in the face. And I was like, right, I'm not as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
I need to work hard at this. And I think I'd done that race. I had a mechanical failure because it was I think it was a new car and a fuel pump or something went in race 2, so I didn't get to do race 2. But anyway, long story short, over the winter, my dad was saying to me, "Oh, you know, I want to get back into it again." So I bought Bruce Winfield's championship winning car.
okay. No excuses then.
No, that's what they said. Yeah, so
Area built car, wasn't it?
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Civic Cup is like, you know, whatever car you buy, as long as it's got the right bits on it, they're all the same.
Right. Okay.
You know, there's no like special championship winning cars. Like,
Yeah.
it's all the same. So, anyway, me and my dad ran that in 2021. We had quite a difficult year. I just couldn't get the car in the window. I was trying to learn how to drive it. You know, I think I was probably a lot rustier than I thought I was. Obviously, coming back into racing, and it's hard. I think I underestimated how hard that is. It's probably one of the hardest series I've raced in.
Okay.
And I think, to be honest, around that time, between sort of the early 2010s, club and national motorsport moved on so quickly
Yeah.
in terms of strength, talent. The
Yeah.
talent pool as well just went.
Yeah.
And I think the tyres moved on as well. Tyre and brake technology moved on quite a bit as well.
And the thing is, Civics is like one of them championships where, and C1s is getting a bit like this as well, where I think Fun Cup's like this. You've got so many people that they have the budget to do, say, just Civic Cup.
Yeah.
So therefore they stay in it for a lot of years.
They
and
get to know the car.
Yeah, they're really good drivers as well. So they're really good drivers. They get to know the car inside out. They know all the tracks inside out.
Yep.
And they kind of get stuck in the formula, which there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
But what it means is as you come in, even if you're a quick peddler, you know, you're not near the front straight away because you don't know what they know.
Yep.
You don't know what bits break on the car and what bits you need to life and things like that.
Yep.
So we kind of had a year where, you know, there was bits falling off the car that we didn't know would break. Like we was talking about the dampers before we come on air about the yellow speeds, and having to put them on every 2 rounds, and service the diff every 3 races and stuff like that, get the gearboxes done and all things like that. So anyway, we kind of realised that it was quite difficult to run one of these cars at that level just on our own. So the next year I went with a team, had the same car again. We got that in a better window. I think that year, I think it was Castle Combe. I think I finished second at Cadwell Park, actually. Started 10th.
Wow.
It was 10th? Yeah.
Something like that.
So you can't overtake there, but apparently you can. Behind Dan Thackeray, he's a good driver.
Very good driver.
Yeah.
Just missed
Nice
out.
guy as well.
Really nice guy.
Yep.
I see him at Racing Hondas nowadays, but he was a Club Racing UK ambassador when I was involved there, and he just missed out on the title by 2 laps, was it?
Yeah.
Engine literally went bang last lap while leading, and that was a championship gone.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. Horrendous. Because he that year he'd dominate. Well, he'd won quite a lot of races that year, and he was. He's certainly quick. Ali's quick as well. Ali Camp.
Yeah, Ali Camp.
Very good.
And it was around that time because Civic Cup kind of just kept growing and growing and growing and sort of developed its own full. And to me, Civic Cup was probably, alongside Mazda MX-5 Super Cup,
Yes.
probably one of the one-make national sort of club championships
Yeah.
that you probably needed to do. If you wanted to progress, you could use it as a stepping stone to progress.
Yeah, it was hard racing. I remember Jack Hardin came into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he was up the front, wasn't he? Or did he win Mazdas?
He won Mazdas, yeah.
Yeah, so he came into Civics, and he was like, he's up the front, but he was like P6, I think, first race, something like that. So it shows you like the strength of the field in it.
Yeah.
And drivers like that would never come into it and just bang on pole, 2 wins and fastest laps and all that. It just doesn't happen in Civics.
Yeah.
We done that, and then we got the car in a really good spot. Like when I was with Zest, we got the car in a really good spot. I think I qualified in the front row at Combe, and then another driver, I got knocked off at the start, come back through the pack, and another driver turned me around into the barrier coming out of quarry, and it wrote the car off. But that was where I met up with Josh again.
Right.
He was there, so Josh was there, and he was like, obviously bit pissed off, and you've just written a car off. It's like, okay, it's an expensive weekend. And he was like, oh, do you want to come to the touring cars next weekend? We're at Snetterton. He said, I'll get you in. He was with One Motorsport, so he went along with that, VIP. And he said to me, I'll maybe have something next year with Prowloys where, they're trying to recruit a load of drivers. He said, I'm probably going to be a driver coach. It'd be good to work with you again.
Because they were sort of around that Combe area, aren't they?
That's it.
Owen, is it Will?
Owen Hillman.
Hillman, that's it.
So anyway, one thing led to another. I had a new car built, and then we sort of went back with Est, and then back forwards with Prowloys. Ended up signing Prowloys. We've done the 23 season. That's when I started working quite closely with Josh. Obviously on the driver's side, he was then coaching me. And it's quite funny because when he first came into Stock Hatch, I remember one of the first test days we've done, he was like, can I follow you around? And I'm like, yeah, all right, mate. Just Sax Max drive, just follow me around then.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he can come follow me around. It's fine. And then now he's like teaching me how to drive again, So
it's almost come full circle.
Yeah, and give it a few rounds, I'll be.
That brand touch finale will be coming to you. Ryan, can I follow you around, please?
Yeah, follow you around. Yeah, can I follow you in? Yeah, it's like don't hit. What is it? Rental karting rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Funny story actually. Saved my life, Josh.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
So we went on a stag do. This is 23, right?
Right.
This is stuff you actually want to know about. We don't need to talk about the racing, right?
Damn straight, yeah.
So we went on a stag do, and it was the guy that owns Prowloys. He was getting married, so I think Lions organised his stag do in like.
As in Stuart Lines?
Stuart Lines, yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I know.
That's going to be messy.
I don't drink, right? I'm boring, so I don't drink. But it's quite funny when you don't drink because you just get to see everyone.
You watch everyone else get
fucking
wankered
idiot.
and,
Yeah. So I turned up to this hotel in I think it was in Birmingham or something. It was like a proper shithole. And it's about 5 o'clock, and Josh is like, he's pretty steaming.
Good lad.
But anyway, we went for a meal in this place, and I'd ordered steak, and I'd swallowed this bit of steak, and I'm just sat there, and I'm like, God, that's a bit tight in my throat. So I went to get up. I thought, I'll go to the loo, because I don't want this whole table of people on stag do. I thought, I'll go to the loo and just, I don't want to bath it up at the table.
Yeah.
But as I stood up, I couldn't breathe. And I remember I walked, and he was not sat right next to me, but he was the next chair along. So I tapped him on the shoulder, and I'm like, mate, I'm choking. And he actually said to me, he had to check that I was choking because he thought I was going to bend over and get him to go behind me. And
Yeah.
but then he jumped up and he gave me the Heinrich maneuver or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then the bit of steak come out. But
Bloody hell.
But then the next day we went rental karting
Yeah.
and he tried to kill me.
yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I own your life.
Yeah, he said I can give it back, so I can take it. Yeah. The next day we went rental karting, and I remember I think it was a bit wet, and I thought I got a good start, so I was like off, and then I looked behind and I thought, oh, he's a little way back, and allegedly
Brakes failed.
no, well, he couldn't make the corner, but he couldn't make the track either. He had to cut part of the track to get to me. He hit me so hard, it took the guy 3 laps to pull me out the tyres.
Fucking superb.
And it was really muddy. It was like November, and it was like really muddy. And it was like,
Love it.
I felt so sorry for this guy because they don't let you get out, do they? I was like, this will be a lot easier if you let me get out. And it was all like muddy, and he's slipping on the mud, and he's just I'm wedged in these tyres.
No, mate, it's all right. Just stay there.
Yeah, and I could just, every lap, I see him go past, and I could just see a smirk on his face, and I'm like,
Such a cock.
oh, you fucking idiot.
I love it. I fucking love it.
Have you seen the C1 photo?
Which one?
Me going over the start finish line.
Yeah, with a finger up.
That's got to be one of the best photos I think ever taken.
Literally.
And I didn't put it on social media because it was like, you get people that are like, oh,
Yeah.
I didn't
No,
You got to put it on.
that's what Club Motorsport's all about.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just you as friends dicking about.
I knew when I was coming up that stint was hard because we were obviously we had a decent lead, and I thought I don't want to be a dickhead here, so I'll just drive sort of 85%. Obviously, your mind's not occupied then, is it, when you're doing that?
No.
And that was 2 hours. It was hot. I'd done a lot of driving because they kept sending me out. I don't know why. And then,
I can't be fucked.
it's like, when you get to a certain point, like I love it, but when you get to a certain point, you're just like, oh, this is just like work now. It's hard. It's like hot. I'm tired. And I was just taking the laps down, and I thought, as it come round, I thought, oh, I know what he's going to be doing. Everyone else is cheering. He ain't going to be. He's having it then. So I stuck the middle finger out. It's like, yeah, let's have that. And that was such a great photo.
yeah,
that was
damn.
such a great photo.
And the fact that someone was there to capture it at the time,
Yeah.
just so good.
There's another good photo though that he likes, and there's one of us on the podium, and he's spraying the champagne, and it's just the stream of the champagne going straight in my eye. And he's like, he rung me up a couple of days after, and he was like, that's such a good photo as well. He's like, look at the shot on that. He was like, look at the aim. That's unbelievable. I was just hanging. I'm like, yeah, mate, all right. He was so pleased with himself after that weekend. He loved it.
The thing is I've found this, like, gingers are bullied at school. So when they...
Is that what it is?
Yeah, when they become adults, they then can...
So now he tries to bully me. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's what it is then.
And that's what happens when you let him follow you in stock hatch to the to present day.
Now look where he is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's not
And
doing
then-
too bad.
Well, King of Thruxton. I mean, I couldn't live with him around Thruxton. It was ridiculous.
I don't think
Yeah,
everyone
we
could.
didn't get a chance to see you when we were at Thruxton, but
I was
you were...
looking for my soul, to be honest.
So Thruxton in a touring car compared to anything else, what's that like?
I love Thruxton. It's my favourite track, and I think it epitomises driving a racing car. Have you both been around Thruxton? Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you're out the back and you're like, this is scary as hell, but also the car's moving around and it's just sensational.
Yeah.
But the trouble was in the touring car, you don't have enough time. Like you've literally, as a newbie, you got like that 50-minute practice session.
That's
But
what Ricky was saying. You got to do all the housekeeping in.
yeah, we just think
in
like
that.
even Ricky's saying that, and he's driven touring cars in other years, and I'm like, well, this is my first time at this track, and I've not driven this car around here. Like, what I'm doing, So obviously you can watch on boards and do as much sim work as you want, but until you're actually in the car and
Feeling it underneath you.
feeling it underneath you, and then feeling like you're going to die, there's nothing like seat time, at the end of the day. So I remember I come in after free practice, and they were like, "Did you enjoy that?" And I was like, "I'm so scared." Like, no, not really. I was like, "It is enjoyable, but it's like, you're so focused on just trying to get quicker." And it was like, "Oh, I've got to do it again in qualifying." It's like, but it is good. It was really good. It was really good. It's there were some parts of it that weren't as scary as I kind of thought. Like going through church wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Once you do it the first lap, and you do it for like a lift and then bleed out the throttle and then put the throttle back in.
But because it's the same every lap and how the corner, I mean, it's got a proper profile on it. It's probably not like the previous corners, like your Goodwoods or whatever, where you've kind of really got to ride them on the seat of your pants.
I actually think Noble's the worst corner in a touring car because you go in and it's if you're doing it properly, it's a slight lift and then jabbing back on the throttle, and the car's like bucking around there, and it doesn't feel nice around there. That bit, the next bit's okay. If you've got like Goodwood is all right. If you've got like the tyres up to temp and you've got a decent amount of grip and the car's in a good window, that's all right. And churches obviously are quite scary, but it's not too bad. But it is like, it was an eye opener. It was a big eye opener going around there like that. It was like unbelievable. And
obviously last year you would have seen what happens when it goes wrong. I mean, Josh is the king of Thruxton, but he's probably had massive. I mean, he could tell it, but probably the worst shunt of his career. They're doing that, and the onboard was released somewhere. But then once you have the initial impact, you know how big the impact is because you can hear the noises coming from him once it's done, and it's like, oh my God, that's horrific.
Well, we had to take him. Me and Jay took him to A&E because he had to have a X-ray on his ankle. But he was fine. So we were in there eating Nando's.
What, in the A&E?
Yeah. He was like, I'm hungry. He gets hangry, Josh does. He's like, right, I'm hungry. What are you getting? I'm like, well, what's nearby? So we went to Nando's, got a takeaway Nando's. We were just sat in A&E.
Because I suppose from Thruxton, what's the nearest hospital? Well, Andover.
Yeah, I think we went. Did we go Andover? I can't remember where we went. We went, it was 15 minutes away or something like that. So, yeah, that was a good evening.
Yeah, there's not much going on in Andover, let's be honest.
They could tap Josh up then if he gets hangry for the Snickers advert. Get rid of Jose Mourinho doing it. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Oh, mate. Now that would be an advert.
Yeah. I've never seen anyone demolish a plate of meat like that guy. When he's hungry and you take him out in the evening, we go to like Hickory's, other establishments that are available. It's unbelievable watching him.
Yeah. Just watching him go, because he's quite a trim.
Don't share food.
But he's quite a trim bloke as well. Obviously, he needs to work at being a touring car driver and stuff like that. So
he looks after himself. Yeah,
I mean, I can clear a plate as well. Don't worry about that. But I've got a bigger racing driver's physique.
Bigger seat as well.
Yeah, bigger seat. I'm built like a NASCAR driver.
That's fucking true as well.
Damn straight.
They're crazy. Have you seen a race live?
I haven't.
No, I haven't either. Unfortunately,
I went to. Me and my missus went on holiday in 2019. It's the other thing. When you don't race, you can do some really nice holidays, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So it's not really good.
Don't tell my missus that, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, your missus is.
No, it's really bad.
She is like fucking Judith Chalmers. Your missus.
Yeah, she is.
Don't stop him racing. You'll have to spend more time with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So just don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not great, honestly, and we get really grumpy.
Yeah.
So we went in 2019 and we started in Vegas. We went on a lot of road trip. So she bought me tickets for my birthday. We went and watched the NASCARs. And at the time, I didn't really follow them. I'd watch the odd race on YouTube. That blew my mind. That absolutely blew my mind.
Well, it's the show in general, isn't it?
Yeah. But it was the only thing that was on, just that one race. Because obviously we go to a race meeting here. It was in the evening. So it's like...
Yeah.
Was it at Vegas?
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah. And you turn up. And Vegas is, I think, is it 2.5 mile oval? I think it's about 2.5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a short track.
No, but it reminded me. I remember thinking, it's 2.5 miles, and you always reference like Mallory Park, don't you?
Yeah,
it's like a mile, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you think, but the turns were so steep, like and sharp, and I was like, oh, they're gonna have to. I said to the guy next to me, he was like, because I was a total Billy, he was like, are they gonna lift there? He's like, no, they'll be flat out through there. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, they were. They're nuts. They don't give a shit.
You want to drive one?
I'd love to.
Fucking brilliant.
Have you driven one?
Yeah, I took one around Daytona.
Did you?
Yeah, it was class.
Was you going flat out?
Yeah. So that was 2018. I took one around there. It was an old Arca car.
Does it move around a lot then?
Yeah, it's weird. You get a weird sensation. So they're restricted, and I got to 167, I think it was. They pinged me, and it's on the limiter, so you just got to just hold it off the limiter. But when you go down, and you are turning right down the straight, so you're like this.
Stagger, yeah.
Yeah,
like the stock car, like the F1s
yeah, and
like
you
that,
can just feel it just moving around. And then I've walked Daytona before, and it is fucking tall. And the camber is massive, and it's like driving at a building.
Yeah.
And you're just, we're going to keep it lit. And you just go in, and then the thing just, yep. I mean, it's just like, it doesn't move. It's just, it just goes round. It's easy.
I'd love to have a go.
I'd do that with loads of others, and then they had one of Junior's cars going around doing hot laps, and they can ride the wall, so they wouldn't let you go up to the walls. Like, right, stay in the middle groove, fucking go round. It's cool. But then that comes around the outside and you're like, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, he's up 190 round the top. Yeah, but the thing is, you're against the wall, aren't you? Because you're sat on the right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that would have been insane.
But they don't restrict them either, do they? Like the cars they let the public drive.
Yeah, they do now.
Do they now?
Yeah,
do they?
yeah. Because I tried to reach over. There's a switch that said limit on it.
Just turn that off.
I was trying to get it off.
Let's turn that off.
Yeah, because a friend of mine did it and he had no limit and he got to 180.
Really?
Mm.
But they don't like. I went to. I think it was 2013 again. We went to America. They were a nice holiday when I went racing, but don't let me race.
No.
Yeah. And I remember going over to the track. We just went to have a look at the track, and there was a few guys there doing like the school, like what probably you must have done. And I got chatting to one of them, and he was like, we were just chatting about what I'd done in the UK. And at the time, I was working at Bedford Autodrome, instructing. And I said to him, I said, when we're in the cars, like the cars are turned down a little bit, and we've got like limiter switches and dual pedals. I was like, are these turned down or anything? He was like, no. I'm like, so you go out with these with someone who's never driven before
and no control,
like 800 horsepower, whatever they got. Yeah. Like, he's like, yeah, fine. I'm like, nah, I don't think there's the amount of money you could pay me to do that.
So they were telling you, so they did you have to go over and you get talking to a guy that's done it, and they said, right, when you cut, they have signs like, when you come in, remember to brake. Like, remember to brake. And you're like, fucking course we've got a brake. And he's like, you'd be surprised. We had a woman come out. They're in your ear. You have the headsets and everything, right, in the helmet. Well, she thought, once you come down onto the apron and you come onto pit road, she thought the car took control and it just stopped. So she didn't stop. She literally just fucking rolled it into the line of cars and smashed the fucking NASCARs up. Literally like that happened last week.
Brilliant.
Like, in what world do you go, and I'm done?
America.
You say that. that sounds like me when I switch the pit limiter on, coming in the pits in my touring car. I'm just like, right, my job here is done.
Yeah.
You lot take this over.
I mean, so going from a club, sort of a UK club / national sport background, obviously your first go was with Accelerate last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
So how did that come together, and what is that jump like?
The thing is, I took an unconventional route because I stayed purposely in club stuff because, like I was saying to you before we come on air, like I'm self-funded, so the money, obviously motorsport costs a lot of money. Like touring cars is a ridiculous amount of money, right? So to me, it'd always been the dream to do that. I wasn't interested in F1 or anything like that. I just wanted
tin tops.
Yeah, just wanted to do touring cars.
Proper racing.
Didn't want a nice house. Don't want anything like that. Luckily, my missus don't want that either. So.
Do you know what? I'd happily live in a motorhome going around every single and then parking up.
Same. You say that was suggested.
Really?
Not by me, no. Josh was like, oh, you need a motorhome. And I'm like, my missus is like, yeah, that'd be good if we get a motorhome. I'm like, we can have a motorhome if we sell our house.
Yeah.
And live in the motorhome.
Yeah.
I'm like, we've got 2 cats. I don't know how they're going to like that.
Put them on Leeds.
Go live in Whiz Beach.
Yeah. Why not?
Why not? So I was obviously trying to retain my budget. I didn't want to spend it all trying to get up to it and then going to eventually approaching the team being like, oh well, I've got no money now, just let me drive it, because it didn't really happen. So the Accelerate thing was a funny one because I'd been talking to Josh, and it was like a lot of it was talking to certain teams here and when seats are coming up and things like that.
Yeah.
And we were racing TCR at Silverstone National that weekend. So he was there with me, and I remember saying to him, I said, another team I thought about was maybe Accelerate. And then he went off, and he knows someone that works at Accelerate. So he come back and he was like, there might be an opening there. This is like on the race weekend. So I'm obviously trying to race, and then I'm thinking about the following weekend, had the worst weekend of my life in TCR that weekend, but then
head's not in it.
Well, no, it went that. We struggled with the bop in it.
Okay.
So they bop the cars, and we were on like map 4, I think it was, and obviously the national circuit's a bit of a power circuit.
Yep.
Naively, we thought that the strengths of the chassis, which was traction and brakes, would make up for that. But obviously, when a car's pulling out 5 lengths down the straight, you can brake as late as you want.
You ain't going to be it. Yeah.
No. So anyway, we didn't have a great weekend. But on the Monday, then I got a call from it's the manager, one of the managers at Accelerate, and obviously then we were discussing this, and then I was on the phone to Creasy, and it was quite funny because a lot of it is just like ringing people on mobiles and WhatsApp messages and things like that. And they asked me how much I had, so I put a figure forwards, and I said, right, that's it. That's all I've got, because it was all I had. And then I remember that was like 11 o'clock in the morning or something. You know, I'm trying to work, and I got WhatsApp on my laptop, and it was kind of like the longest 2 or 3 hours of my life, because you're just waiting for them to come back to you, because then they come back, and then they were like, yeah, we can work with that. So then it was like, okay, well, this is on now. And then things moved quite quick. I think I went over, so do a shakedown on a Thursday. So I think I went Wednesday afternoon to have like a seat fit.
Yep.
And then we do shakedown at Tow Western. Basically, a shakedown is you drive
Go up and down the airfield. Yeah, we do them there.
Oh, you do them there as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, we shake these down there.
Oh, yeah, cool, yeah. So, yeah, you go and do that. And then, obviously, you're straight into the race weekend then, you know, the Friday. And then, yeah, the thing was with that weekend, it was, because it was new to me, it was like the novelty thing. It was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I'm doing touring cars this
Did
weekend.
you have that Ricky Bobby moment?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you know, you like, you know, you tell your mum, you tell your dad, and, you know, you tell your missus, and you're like, oh, this is really cool. And then, you know, all your friends and stuff. So the weekend was like more of kind of an experience, just get through the weekend, see what the crack is. Because I always knew that I wanted to be back like for a full season, or certainly do maybe a couple of years if I can do a couple of years. So yeah, that was a really good experience. And I think the thing was, if I'd have gone into it and been like, you know, I was obviously near the back, which was going to be expected, but if I'd have been like P nowhere, like pace wise,
Yeah.
But when I ran the hard tyre in race 3, I was quicker than Chilton, and I was matching some of the boys that were also on the hard tyre.
Okay.
So after that, I come away and I was like, maybe I can do this. Like, you know, maybe I can give this a go. And if I, you know, apply the same principles that I've had in the club stuff, you know, with all the processes and stuff I got, we can go at it and work hard and make it work. So that's kind of when then, you know, obviously I think later in that year, I'd done some really random stuff. I put the TCR car up for sale, done the C1 stuff with Mr. Drinkwater.
You did.
Sorry, Josh.
Well, that's
We won a
okay.
few
Let's
races.
look. Let's just put this to bed right now. You are the most successful C1 racer that is also a touring car driver. So
Right,
you've
just got to take that out.
yeah.
There's no money in there.
Yeah. So you've beaten Josh, Jade. You know, some Tom Ingram's in there as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so you are the most successful C1 racer that is also a touring car driver.
Allegedly. Factually, maybe. You know, I love it. I love the C1s. It's such a great series. I can't understand, like, if everyone drove one of them cars and done one of them races, like, no matter what they're racing in, I think that you would just do it. Like, that I know we talk about the 24-hour this year, but like that was some of the best fun I think all of us had. You know, that's such a great series. Have you driven one?
I drove the Gen 2 at Strimby Racing a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I need to go out on a Gen 1.
Yeah,
Well, you're going out in ours.
But
you've got one, have you?
Got 2.
2.
Yeah. I've done.
So good, you bought 2.
We had 4 at one point.
Did you?
I ran 4 at Brands. Stupidly.
So obviously you've driven one.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, and they're great.
Yeah, I fucking adore them. I think they're brilliant.
And I can appreciate what they are, because the thing is, obviously, racing with the modified Fords, that's very much the opposite end of the scale. It's very much very modified, more modifications and driver skill judges your speed. And there's people I know that have raced in the modified Fords, and they're like, yeah, I drove C1s, but they were shit. And then I look back at what they did, and they were towards the back, so they didn't get it.
Yeah.
They couldn't drive the C1s properly,
Yeah.
so it's like they weren't used to just point and squirt on a throttle.
That's the difference. If you can drive one of them quickly, you can drive anything quickly, because it teaches you need fucking corner speed.
Yeah.
Momentum, you can do. I just can't explain them enough to people. They
The principles are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, like where you apply the throttle, how you apply the brakes, with what you do with the attitude of the car is the same. You can apply that all the way up, whether you're driving a C1, whether you're driving a GT car or a touring car or whatever.
They just don't like the fact that I get it. There's a snobbery thing, which I understand. When you tell your mates you're going to go and race a Ferrari or a Porsche or a touring car, or you're going to go and race a little Citroen C1. I get it, understand, but at the same time, they're fucking great to drive.
I'd brag more about the C1 than I would the touring car, to be honest.
Those that know, though, don't they?
Like I said, that, you know, that weekend it was like, you know, me, Josh, Jade, and Ollie, and sometimes Sylvan when he's about. Like,
Yeah.
we're buzzing about it. It's like a motorsport holiday.
And it's
Great.
it's great fun because kind of I do my bit with the microphone. I'm just
Yeah.
wandering up and down the garage, and I'll pop up and see you
Yeah,
guys
yeah, yeah.
occasionally. And it's just you have other teams that rock up and they've got like a touring car set up. They've got a data station there. And
We didn't even have chairs.
exactly.
Josh went to Robin on, I think it was Friday. He was like, "Do you reckon we can? Do you reckon we'll win?" Robin was like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" He's like, "Well, you haven't prepped the car. You haven't even got chairs." Look at some of these teams. Like,
Wasn't there still moss on the roof?
yeah, I think he pulled it out the side of his workshop or something. And, yeah, he was like, "Do I need to do anything on this?" I think he changed the fuel pump and something else.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think he literally ran Robin and was like, yeah, "What shall I do to this, Rob?"
Yeah. Well, it was. It's funny because when we agreed to kind of do this, it's like organising a lads' holiday. Josh is like, "All right, I take care of all the admin stuff, obviously, because
Team manager.
Yeah.
I've got a laptop, so that puts me in charge of admin apparently.
Yeah.
So I was ordering all the tyres and getting all that done, and then obviously he was doing all the mechanical stuff on the car because I don't get involved with that.
Yeah. And Jay just rocks up and drives, I guess.
Well, I think Jade was sorting out like some of the food, and she was doing some of the
fair
other admin jobs and things like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then she was she'd just sort out any bits that I didn't have time to do or whatever.
Yeah.
Forget to do. Probably is more like the truth of it.
Yeah. And Sylvan rocks up and just looks fucking cool doing it.
Mate,
Yeah,
he
and
is,
then-
he is
and
the
he's-
best looking man in that paddock, isn't
Yeah,
he?
just
He is
Mr.
cool
Cool.
as penguin piss.
And he's
Yeah.
fast.
He
He
is.
is.
Yeah.
I can remember when Sylvan and it was Josh and Jay were coaching him, weren't they?
Yeah.
And he came up through really lovely guy. I was chatting to him, welcome Sylvan, and he was a bit nervous the first time, and I just went to introduce myself, and I said, okay, no worries, I'll chat to you next time or something, because I think at that point I had the live stream. But it was just getting to chat to him, and just like really sound guy, really lovely to
Yeah, it's
speak
great.
to, and he got straight in the car, and like everyone was like, wow, that guy.
When the talk becomes the teacher,
Yeah.
like Jade and Josh.
Yeah.
When the talk becomes the teacher. Yeah. I bet they regret that. I bet they wish they'd held back some secrets there, didn't they?
It was so good, and then I think I've still got the photo somewhere of me interviewing, because they had their BTC racing suits on at
That's
the time,
it. Yeah.
and they won at it wasn't the 24, it was
Was it the Silverstone 3 hours or something like that?
it was
or
the
sort of
5
brands?
hour or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was just leant up against the car, nice and casual, and the front left tyre had cords.
Yep.
Yeah,
That would be brands probably.
Yeah, it would have
Those
been. But
classic
I remember
brands.
the brands. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just cool as anything. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm like, wow, these guys are touring car racers, and and you go into those paddocks, and there's got bloody structures and hospitalities and how serious it's treated, and they're coming and racing in C1s and fucking loving it.
We're actually the same as you guys.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, I forget that sometimes.
Well, I am.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just blagging this, really.
So what made you for this year after doing the Accelerate stuff last year, and how did Speedworks come about? Was that a phone call from Josh, or you just fancied it again?
I nearly had a drive at the beginning of the year. So
Okay.
I put myself, a lot of people probably don't know this, but getting a touring car drive is actually quite difficult even when you've got the budget.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Before the Speedworks,
I won't talk numbers, but I'll
No.
tell you a bit about how it works.
Okay.
So, obviously, when you race in a club series, you buy a car. Well, you don't necessarily buy a car. Like Civic Cup, I rang Rob up at Area or Motion, and you ring him up and say, right, you got any cars? Alt racing this. Right, how much is it? Yep, it's this much. Okay. I'll do that. When do we go testing? It's as easy as that, right? The thing is with touring cars, when you get up to that level, is that there's so many things in the background. There's so much complication with it. So, for example, I think I was talking to one team, and it was like I could have a seat for the price they give me, but that depended on at one point another driver getting the other seat, which they were trying to get a partner on board because he had to come with sponsors that was then going to backhanded give some money to another team, or something was going on. It was really complicated. It was like a really complicated situation. I couldn't even get my head around it. I'm like, just tell me whether it's happening or not. Like,
do you know what that's almost like? It's like the chain on properties, isn't it?
it's exactly what it's like. Yeah, you think I'll be used to it, right? So there's quite a lot of things that need to happen. So as you've alluded to, obviously with the Plato racing thing, that kind of doesn't surprise me because it costs so much money to run one of them cars.
Yeah.
Drivers never have the full budget, so teams have to find the rest of the money. So that's where you see team sponsors and things like that. And I wonder with some of these teams how financially close to the wire it is.
Oh, I think a lot of them.
I think,
I think
it's
a lot. Yeah,
significantly.
like
But like we said, it's like that in every ladder of motorsport, right? Because, you know, if you have an extra couple of grand in your bank, you're going to do another race weekend. You're not going to think, oh, well, I'll just sit that in there and, you know, he won't go on holiday. He'll do a race weekend.
Yeah. Well, case in point, if it's a drive shaft that breaks, I had to spare. If that was an engine or a gearbox that gone,
It could be a season ender. Right?
For me, that's season done.
Yeah.
that's what I had last year. That's why that's still sat there now, because
Yeah.
I had an issue and it was an expensive fix.
Yeah.
So how much is like an engine or gearbox in your...
I mean, for me, I can pick up a breaker engine for 1,500 quid, but for me, it's a lot of money for me.
I know.
So,
I get that, and I share that
Yeah.
because I've come from that as well. I appreciate that is how it is.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of my, even in stock hatch and stuff, I remember only just having enough money to, you know, run the car, and thinking, if I smash the car up, I can't afford to fix it. I remember once someone accused me of cheating because we come in and we was quite quick straight away, and I was like, mate, I can't afford to cheat. Like,
I
cheating
can
costs
barely
money.
afford a race. Never
I was
mind
like,
cheat.
I was like, cheating costs money. Like,
yeah.
I'm scraping together, like, I'm doing some overtime, so I'm getting an extra test day at the next round. It's like, you know, and I want 2 tyres. It's like, you know.
Testing. What's testing?
What is testing?
Yeah,
I'd love a bit
can't-
of testing at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I've had to borrow sessions from other drivers.
Yeah.
Like
Done a bit
literally,
of that.
like you get 4 sessions on a Friday,
Yeah.
or you'll get 3, and I'm like, any chance I can buy a session off you? Like, yeah, go on in. It's like,
Yeah.
why's that? I just need to check something on that, basically.
Literally.
Do you find you work harder to go racing?
It's that you're already motivated anyway, but then it's just like you know, and it's just that dangling carrot, because you know what it's like when the door shuts and you're in there on your own. We've spoken about it.
Yeah.
That's a drug that's really fucking hard to get rid of. You've got, and if you're not ready and you don't finish doing that on your terms, it does not leave you.
Yeah.
Like it just drives you on.
I said to my missus once, I was like, I wish I could
Give you that feeling.
what I feel when I'm driving a race car around the track.
Same.
And when it's set up and you're on that quali lap, it's just sensational.
Yeah. I've had that same conversation with Kirsty, actually.
I think every person within motorsports had that conversation with their partner at some point.
It's unreal, and that's just club motorsport.
Yeah.
And it's all the sponsors. Well, I say sponsors like people on my car. Silver Lake, I'm helping them out with media work, so they're helping me out with some entry fees. EBC are helping out with brakes, and I'm promoting their braking product. Graves Motorsport, lovely guys. I've known them for years. They help me out with tyres that are second hand from Coopers.
Other firms are available.
but all that stuff adds up. That
Yep.
allows. If I don't have them,
Yep.
I don't go racing.
No.
Because it's so expensive as it is. So to hear the way you've come up, it's and I'm not painting this and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but it's quite inspiring to know that we're not the only ones that are kind of. I still think club racing is one of the greatest thing. Like it's probably the best motorsport.
Yeah.
That you can get.
How do you find the difference in the paddocks from club racing to the Toka paddock?
Bigger motorhomes.
Yeah, someone passes me a water. My missus now passes me a water bottle. I didn't get that before. If it was, I remember a Civic Cup, I was like, "Do you want to come watch Civics at Snet?" She's like, "It's in October." She's like, "I'm away that weekend." I'm like, "Where are you going?" She's like, "I'm going with my friends to like a lodge, where they got a hot tub." I was like, "Where's that?" It's in Thetford or somewhere near. It was like closer to Snetterton than what my house is. I live 40 minutes away. She was like, "Nah, I'm not really up for that." And I think I said to her, I would like to do. They used to do. Do you remember the 24-hour series? We used to be able to run like TCR cars.
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be really
Preventic,
cool.
isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, that'd be really cool to do that. They do one in like Kota. She's like, I can come to that one. I'm like, oh, can you?
Yeah. Funny that.
I was like, you don't know when it is. Yeah, I reckon I can come to that one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that'd be good. But yeah, I think the paddocks are. It depends what series you're running, because I think you can get like that. The sort of bitchiness sometimes you get when you start getting near the front.
Yep.
Sometimes doors start shutting, awnings start going, all that sort of. I think you can get that in any club motorsport. I think club motorsport is generally quite friendly. Everyone kind of wants to see on the grid. Like, a lot of my competitors, even when I was in Civics, it would be like, I'd be relentlessly trying to beat these guys, and you want to do it at all costs, but you wouldn't want to see them not on the grid. So anything you could do if they need a part, or one of your mechanics might help them for a race if something's undone or whatever. The Toka package, I think it's difficult to say because I think the drivers, you know, will all say hi to each other and things like that, and you know, have a chat, and like any other series, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's so full on and it's so busy. I don't think you really get that. You don't really have that mingling time or anything like that. But obviously, that it is quite divided, you know, between the teams and things like that. But I should imagine they all talk to each other anyway. But there's more of a community within the team. You know, obviously you've got a team of people, so you've got like all your mechanics and you know, the hospitality guys. You know, like at Speedworks, it's Christian and Amy and Danny. You know, that are up at the top of the team, and you know, so you got all that. So you kind of got like your own clique within that. So I'd say that's probably what the main difference is. It's just it's probably like working in a job. You know, at club level, you probably, you know, you've got a small team, but then as you get to a bigger team, you just got a lot of bigger business.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know, but I don't perceive that the paddock is necessarily any different. I suppose you're quite isolated in touring cars because you're just concentrating on what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think in the club stuff certainly is, especially when they do this thing where, you know, you have a quali and one race on the Saturday and then you just have one race on a Sunday in the afternoon. It's like you've got a lot of time to kick around and just kind of socialise, you know, and there's more of a social aspect to it. I think with the touring car stuff, you're there to do a job, and it's like...
Yeah, and you are the guys that are sort of the main deal, so you're busy all the time as well, aren't you?
Yeah, so, yeah, there's a lot going on, you know.
Fan engagement, stuff like that as well.
Not so much for me, but I mean, I'm a fan of Josh, so you know, it's more me asking for his autograph.
You queue up.
Well, I mean, let's be honest, doing that for the first time with X8, what was it like doing that first signing session?
Yeah, it was quite cool. I remember driving into the track because obviously it was at Snetterton, which is my local track, and for years I remember going in like '99 when they used to do the night races.
Yeah,
you know, and like even 2022, sorry, when I wrote my Civic Cup car off, you know, and Josh invited me along to that, and I got on the grid walk for the first time. You know, I'm just like fans like you guys are. You know, it was like, oh, this is cool. You know, this would be good. Imagine getting on here one day. You know, and it seems so far away.
Yep.
But it sort of is, but it isn't. You know, I think however people want to get there, I never took the sponsorship route, so I don't know what that's like, but I know a lot of drivers in the past have been quite successful with that. You know, Dan Rowbottom, obviously with Cataclean, he's been...
Oh, yeah,
that's
probably one of the success stories of
Tom Ingram,
long-term
Tom Ingram, obviously, as well, you know.
Dan Lloyd to a point as well.
Dan Lloyd, yeah, he's good at it.
Taylor Smith.
Ash Sutton?
Sutton, yeah, to start with, I'd say, probably, yeah. I'll tell you, he was quite good, I think. Jack Goff, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he always had like his car was like a Christmas tree, weren't it, with all the different sponsors he had, and he worked hard.
And he got there on the grid, and
you know,
Good driver.
come from nothing as well.
Yeah,
you know,
should be on the grid.
dad's a
Damn
builder.
good driver.
You know, not come from money.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like I say, I kind of had a crossroads, and it was like, right, either I've got to pursue the sponsorship route or I've got to try and do something to make money. And I think I took the kind of business investment route, if you like, because my thinking behind it was, and everyone I speak to, you know, the reason I was saying about obviously you guys working hard is probably when you speak to other people and they're like, well, you must be crazy, like doing all these hours, and you spend it to get what, 7 weekends a year or whatever, but you're like, yeah, but I love it. You know, and to kind of spend your life worth or, you know, financial worth on racing, I can always earn more money afterwards.
Yeah.
If I've got sponsors that are putting it in, if they pull out, then obviously that could just end your racing career. Where in theory, I can kind of keep doing it for as long as I want to work. To a point, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of took that route of it, but yeah, it's quite funny when you get people's reaction because they do think you're a bit nuts when you just like, you know, you're just spending all this money. And I'm sure my neighbours think I'm a drug dealer or something because I live in a really uninspiring mid-terraced house in a normal neighbourhood.
Not in Wisbech.
No, I don't. No, come on.
He got out of there.
You know, I'm a touring car driver, mate. Come on.
And the 8th most successful driver in Kings
successful
Lynn.
driver in Kings Lynn. Yeah,
Exactly. Surely them C1 victories should move you up that list.
apparently not. According to my friends.
Brundle's not raced for a long time.
Alex Brundle races.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
And he's quite good as well.
Yeah, and he is quite good. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And I think
Woody's fast.
And I think my mate's son will pass his test soon, so that might bump me up to 9th.
Oh, shit.
I know. Sad times, isn't it?
I think what we need to do is line up the Kings Lynn Derby. All in C1s.
Yeah.
To give
That'll
you the
give me an edge.
To give you the edge.
Yeah, and watch me finish P5. And I'll moan because I've got oversteer or understeer. Actually, I don't mind oversteer. Yeah, understeer.
So this season, obviously, Speedworks. You've
Yes.
told us about how these deals get put together.
Yeah.
Half a season. How's it been for yourself?
It was a very late thing, obviously, with Maxx coming out of the seat. Obviously, it's unfortunate for him. He's a good kid, Maxx, actually. And to be fair,
Great in STs.
yeah, and I think it's very difficult for someone to jump into touring cars, and it takes a lot of courage to do that, especially from the limited amount of racing experience he's got. I think people underestimate how difficult that is. That series, because like we said about Civic Cup, Civic Cup, you've got a lot of people who have stayed in the series for a long time. They know the cars inside out. They know all the tracks inside out. They've got the technical finesse.
Right.
They can all drive. You've got that in touring cars, but it's times 10.
Yeah.
Well, you've got world-class drivers now.
World-class drivers, that have done it for a lot of years. One little nugget Josh gave me, actually, because I'm quite hard on myself, and after Thruxton, I was like, mate, this is hard work and all this. And he's like, just remember, I've done this like 10 years. That was all I got, though. Then he was literally straight back on it. He's like, you just need to drive faster. Like,
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
He is that guy, though, isn't he? Whatever he does, he's fucking good at.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm like, thanks, mate. So,
Naturally gifted bastard.
except rental karting. But he is good at the Heinrich manoeuvre, so I was thankful for that day. So
They should do a karting event again. Touring car driver karting event.
That would be
do
good,
that at
actually.
Thruxton.
that would be carnage.
That would.
Especially
So
when
good.
I
Well,
don't
if it's
know
on a
why-
race weekend, you lot would actually be a little bit tamer. But if you did an end of the season one,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I'd be up for that.
maybe we should try and do
Do you
a
know- do you
driving
know
talk
what-
one. That'd be good. Indoor karting, team sport
Yeah,
could get involved with
Team
this.
sport, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we'll do that.
How many laps do you think it'll last before they ban us?
Half.
Half a lap, yeah.
Half a lap. You ever been banned from karting, have you?
Allegedly. we went to the Nürburgring one year. I think it was like, I can't remember what year it was, 2011 or 12, like with Josh and John Maybin, another guy that used to race. And anyway, as a few of us, we went over there on a road trip and we'd done the karting and we got banned.
Good.
We got banned.
That means you did it properly.
Yeah. He was like, this is over for now and forever. He got us in after about, I think it was about 5 laps, and we were all just hitting each other, right?
Yeah.
And then he got us all in, and they bring you in like a train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's pulling on the brake pedal on like one of our carts, and he's like, what is this? And we're like, oh, it's the brake. He's like, well, why do you not use it? I don't know if he's Italian, I can't do an accent. But and anyway, his biggest mistake was, he said, all right, off you all go. He let us all go at once.
Oh dear.
The first corner was a hairpin. Yeah. How do you reckon that went round?
No one went round it, I'd imagine.
No, none of us went round it.
Yeah, literally.
This is over for now and forever. The Nürburgring karting.
So good.
Yeah.
So the plan, Speedworks for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Are you already looking to next year?
Yeah. Got to sell a few things.
Okay.
Body.
Spleen.
My wife's kidney. Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't know it yet.
Okay. Fair
Maybe
enough.
the house when we move into a motorhome.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got a couple of projects outside of work, properties and stuff that I've done. Not last year, this year and last year. So I've got that for sale at the minute. So release some money out of that. But should potentially have the budget there. If not, then it may be the year after. But I'll be back at some point. I want to give it like I do want to do like a full season. It's very difficult coming
Fair
in.
crack of the whip.
It's hard coming in at like half a season because one of the engineers pointed out to me after Knock Hill, when I'm kind of there, my head in my hands, and he's like, "You've got to remember these guys have done 5 test days before the season started, and you've now done 5 days in the car, but 4 of them are on race weekends, so they do a lot less mileage."
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be good to give it a good go. Like I say, I'll probably get back on there's a lot of merry-go-round that happens in the off season of drivers going here, there, and everywhere.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you might be in at this team, and then suddenly that falls apart, and then
Some
it's
drivers
so
will
mental.
leave. They'll go and do GTs instead or something like that.
It is so mental. I can't begin to tell you how
This is why you get the late
exasperating it
deals.
is. Yeah, and it's just exasperating. I remember ringing Josh up, and I was like, "Mate, how do you do this every year? It's just fucking ridiculous." But
Yeah.
you get a lot of that, and then you get some teams that we're going to be on the grid, and then you get a seat lined up, and it's like, they're going to get a team sponsor, so then that don't happen, and all that. So yeah, we just see what happens, but it's pretty good. I think I want to get further up the front. Naturally, who doesn't?
Mm.
But obviously, it's a hard series. You know, you're going to have to just work at it.
But there's one thing, and I've mentioned this before a couple of times, right? Everyone goes back and goes, oh, how magical was Super Touring? And it was.
But the racing wasn't very good, was it?
No. And you
No.
look at the gap between the front to the rear.
Yep.
How long was that gap, right? And this is my next point. Everyone bags Nicholas Hamilton.
He's quick.
Fucking right he is.
Yep.
And I know straight away why drivers are very, very quickly, they defend him. And a lot of people that know what they're talking about will defend him. Because normally the twats online that are bagging him have never set foot in a race car at all.
No.
Of any sorts.
You know, I've got a saying that I give to Jade, that Jade quoted me on after I think it was after the C1 weekend or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember who said it, but the worst day in the arena is better than the best day in the stands. And I don't mean that. That doesn't mean as a dig to watching motorsport, because like I said, I like watching the F1 stock cars, and I'd rather be watching than in one, because I don't want them guys to hurt me. But, you know, at the end of the day, certainly when you get hate online, the thing I think about is like, okay, well, it's taken a lot of work for me to get here. You have to climb 2 mountains in motorsport, because you guys know, you work really hard. You have to earn the money to get there. You've earned your seat, right? Whatever you're racing, you've earned it. So I'm sat in Thruxton, if I'm P22, whatever, it doesn't matter, with the steering wheel in my hand, and these people commenting are just sat on their sofa with their phone in theirs. Like, where would you rather be?
Exactly.
Where would you rather be? And, you know, you said about Nick Hamilton, I mean, he's quick, mate.
But you look at the gap from first to 23.
Look at it at Knock Hill,
cool.
it was nothing.
Second, wasn't it?
Absolutely nothing. Less than a second, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we couldn't get our car in a window at Knock Hill. Me and Josh both struggled with the balance, and the way we would talk about it, you would think we were talking about something that you just physically couldn't drive, but you're talking about gaining 0.3 a lap.
Max,
To be fair, Josh could have had the best set up balanced car, and Knock Hill would have still fucked him, because that's what Knock Hill does to Josh Cook.
If Knock Hill didn't fuck him, I would have done.
that's for the Heimlich manoeuvre, buddy.
Yeah, that's for trying to kill me the next day in rental car. Yeah.
So good. You've done touring cars. You've done British touring cars.
Yep.
You've done some of the best club series in the land.
I think I've done the best club series in the land, C1 racing.
I think you have, yeah.
Fucking how much has Robin paid you?
I need a free entry out of this, Robin, I think.
However, have you ever done a top 10 shootout or even a top 11 shootout?
No, tell me about this.
Right. Well, this is one thing we
You
do.
said he'd watch the pod.
Oh, he does. He's bluffing. Well, this is
I've listened to a couple of episodes of this. Yeah.
This is this is the quick fire questions that are coming your way.
Oh, is this the brown or red sauce?
Oh yes.
I've watched it. Yeah.
And you
I want to know
also-
where the mayo is.
There's no mayo.
There's
here,
no
man.
mayo. It's
We're
only
not
one
Belgian.
sauce.
We're
Mayo.
not Belgian.
What, red sauce or brown sauce?
No, mayonnaise. No,
Okay.
you said brown or red sauce, didn't you?
It's red sauce or brown sauce.
Yeah. Where's the mayo?
Other
then?
condiments are available.
Other condiments are available. Yeah, I think we need to add them in. Yeah.
And then we've got obviously the special final question that's number 11. So you've got to think about that. I think it's time to hand over to Mr. Scott Evans.
Lovely old job.
Red sauce, brown sauce.
Red.
Well, at least you answered. Thank you.
Yeah, I did answer. Yeah, but I'd choose mayo if it was there. But yeah,
Tea or coffee?
coffee. I do love an Americano.
Movies or books?
I would like to be someone that says books, but it's probably movies. It's probably YouTube actually.
Race weekend or boys weekend?
Race weekend.
Sound. Text or voice note?
Voice notes are just easier, aren't they?
Thank you.
If you could have someone narrate your life for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Morgan Freeman would be quite cool.
Yeah,
That would be very
it's a
cool.
pretty good one.
Yeah.
One lap shootout. What track versus who, and in what car?
One lap shootout. I would go something ridiculous, like V8 supercar around Cadwell Park.
That would be so good.
Yeah,
Like, that would be absolutely scary and terrifying. It would be ridiculous, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's two. I mean, Andy Robinson and Andy Wilson have done it in their very well. Andy Wilson's is an old GT car, the Monaro, but Andy Wilson's done it in an AU Falcon loads of times, and it looks Larry as
Yeah.
fuck.
Who against though?
Imagine something Larry though, like an LMP hypercar, like round Cadwell.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I'm pretty sure a GT3 can't actually turn full sideways at sections of Cadwell.
Oh, because you've got the old hairpin. Who would I race with? Who would I do a one lap shootout with? Probably Cookie, because if he beat me, I'd just end up
We just wouldn't brake after you'd gone past the line.
Yeah. The race is over then, isn't it?
Yeah, this is for
Do what you
rental.
want.
This is for rental cars, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're not paying for damage, are we?
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, this is imaginary racing.
Yeah. Put Cookie in it then. Yeah.
All right, fair play.
Wet race or dry race?
Wet race.
Manual or paddle shift?
Manual.
Good lad. If your car could make one noise when you hit the throttle pedal, what would that noise be?
Fuck me.
Can't be an engine.
Oh,
oil.
okay. That
It'd probably be the sound of someone screaming. Like,
that's a popular one recently, isn't it?
It is. I think Paul did that.
that's
yes.
only because of my recent experiences in a car, I think.
We'll call it the Thruxton Howl.
Yeah, the Thruxton Howl. Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck is all this about?
Yeah. Josh Cook and Jade Edwards.
Yes.
We spoke a little bit away from the cameras, so it's a friendship that's you said is quite unusual.
Well, Jade pointed that out. She said the three of us individually are quite unique. I think is a PC way of putting it. We're a bit strange, but together we're like odd pieces of a jigsaw that fit together.
Okay.
I think the thing is, like, a lot of people probably haven't seen, because I've been freewheeling for the last how many years, and obviously now I've got to drive. It's like, oh, I've just invited his mate along. It's like, no, I've always kind of been in the realm, but the three of us have kind of known each other for a lot of years. They give me a lot of stick about racing with David actually in the C1.
Good.
Yeah, they give me a lot of stick about that.
It's jealousy, mate. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about it.
I feel
Water
like
off a duck's back, mate.
it's like I'm cheating on them. I feel like I'm having a dirty weekend away when I'm racing with David. They're like, well, you're not posting on socials this weekend, Ryan. What are you up to? I'm like, you know what I'm fucking doing. Don't give me that shit.
How the fuck do you don't drink and
No.
drink water drinks?
Yeah, I know.
Anything but water.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. He's a good guy. Actually, I was talking to Simon Hill, Jake Hill's dad.
Yeah.
I was chatting to him, and anyway, he was saying I was saying to him about C1s, and we were talking about that again, about how hard that is, and club racing, and he was saying, well, Jake was racing with at the Race Remembrance in the C1. He goes,
and it was so good.
Yeah, and he said, oh, Jake was in his final stint, and he was racing against someone they call Mr. C1. I was like, who's that then? He goes, David Drinkwater, and I'm like, oh right, how's he Mr. C1?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I said to Dave when I went racing McDonald's, I said, apparently you're Mr. C1 now, mate.
He is.
He is,
isn't he?
Yeah. And again,
quick peddler.
Quick
that
peddler.
guy.
I mean, he's done quite a lot. He's raced at Bathurst, Nürburgring. He's done quite a lot as Mr. Drinkwater.
I think he's like a typical club driver.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, he turns up, he's got his camper van.
Yeah.
He, is quick on the track. He'll do a little bit of data, but not too much. He's very unassuming. Is the car sort of somewhere near? Yeah, that'll do. Let's go out and send it. And then we'll have a beer in the evening.
But again, the theoretical list. Remember that theoretical list of... So I have my imaginary, in my head list, club racing drivers that if you gave them unlimited budget, they would be at the very top.
Yep. Yep.
I agree with you on that one.
Dave Drinkwater, certainly.
Who do you think then is like... I'm interested on your opinions of like really good drivers that are in club motorsport or even like TCR and things like that you think would be like really good in like a touring car and stuff like that?
Dan Sylvester, I think he would be very good. Danny DCT.
Yeah, I've seen some of his
very.
YouTube stuff.
Yeah, his social media stuff's really, really good.
Yeah,
I almost feel like I look at Abby Eaton.
Abby's good. Yeah.
What she did in a fun car, and I know she went and did British GT, but what she did in her own way.
Yep.
She's an absolute trailblazer, and I was gutted to see that her Carrera Cup journey ended.
Yeah,
because I think. I was at the British GT at the weekend. You put Abby Eaton in one of those GT3s, and I can get she'll win in it.
Yeah.
You put me on the spot now.
Aaron's on our list, isn't he?
Yeah, Aaron Cook, legends. Aiden Hills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Definitely.
think. Yeah, you put. I think if you put Aiden Hill in a touring car. But the rule is, in my imaginary sort of rule set, you give them 2 years because you always need the first year of development, and then you do the second year of that's when you kind of get on with it.
Do you know one thing I found about touring cars though that kind of blindsided me a little bit was everything, because a lot of people ask me what it's like compared to club motorsport.
Yeah,
everything is ramped up, and what I mean by that is like you go do your club race and like you get a bit of stress for the weekend, don't you? You've got to get everything ready.
Yep.
You get a bit nervous before you go out. You got to do a bit of prep. You might do sim work or whatever you do. I don't know what you do, but you might do a bit of prep.
In my cases, was trying to make sure it doesn't fall apart, which didn't work, ironically. But
there you go.
Ford life.
So in touring cars, everything is ramped up. Like the amount of stress you feel is higher. The amount of pressure that's there is higher.
Is that the crowd and the TV pressure?
I don't. You don't really think about that. No, it sounds ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly think about when you're driving a car, right? When you're in the moment, you're just thinking about driving the car. You're not. You know, on the in-lap, you might go, oh yeah, there's a lot of fans up there, or I'll let wave to my mum. You know, but we'll stick your finger up at Josh when he crashes.
Good, yeah.
And actually, he gave me a thumbs up in the qualifying race when he crashed. So I come on the radio, asked if he was all right, see him go off lap 1. My missus was running back, and she's like, she hadn't seen that he'd crashed.
That was
big.
Yeah, well, I saw, because I texted you, didn't I? And just pass on my wishes, because it looked gnarly, because it's all like banking there, isn't it? Solid banking.
Yeah, so he went in quite hard, and I literally come on the radio straight away. I was like, just tell me when Josh is fine, and then didn't get no response. So I'm like, is he all right? And they're like, oh, we're going to see on. Yeah, he's fine. And then when we come around next lap, he gave me the thumbs up, and I was like, oh, that's nice. And then afterwards, I was gutted, because I was like, you know what I should have gave him?
Should have given him the finger. Yeah. Exactly.
Would you like to borrow our motivational pit board?
Good job, mate. Have you got twat written on it?
Oh no, it's another word. We'll show you after.
Did you see the year before when we done the C1 and they put the bit board out in the last stint and the messages they were putting on for me? So, some of them I was like, some of them I was actually thought were quite good. You know, I'd come past and I'll be like, oh, you're an idiot. And then the next time it'd be like, that's impressive. I'll be clapping them and then I'll be like, oh shit, I've got to turn it turn 1. Yeah.
So I did the pit board. You know, one of our fans, Mr. Cogswell, was out in the Almira this weekend.
Yes.
And I did give him a little bit of shit. So Dan, when he did Brands GP before, he left his bollocks in his purse at home.
Yes.
And was shit. And I gave him shit for it. So I texted him saying, don't forget to pack your bollocks this time. And he pole and won his class. So I texted him after he got his pole. I said, oh, nice to see you remembered them. And then he won yesterday. So he says, yeah, they put on the pit board, Scott will mock you with your shit.
But it just helps.
It does help.
It definitely helps. Do you get anything from your engineers or anything, or is it all completely serious?
It's quite a funny one, because it's almost comical in retrospect after the event how clinical everything is. The engineers are like scientists, you know. So it was funny at Knock Hill, because Dion, my engineer, he come on after about, I think it was in free practice, after about 10 laps, because we have run plans. That's the other thing with touring cars. Everything is like obviously really structured, and so you know exactly what you're doing. You have to prep for that, and then you have to look at different scenarios, adjust things. The engineering of the car there's so much more adjustment on it, so you've got to learn all that. You've got 3 different tyre compounds going into, like this weekend, we've got mediums, we're running the option tyres are hard, but we're qualifying on the soft.
Yeah.
You know.
And you've got to try and correlate all that fucking data with the way your car wants to be.
You know, you'll be testing on one compound, and then in quali you're potentially just using a brand new one that you haven't used around that track before. Yeah. You know, and the engineer will be on the radio going, right, let's do a push lap. You know, we need to find 4 temps in sector 1, and you're like,
fuck, where?
Yeah, like, well, I thought that was pretty good, to be honest. And it was funny at Knock Hill, because he come on the radio after, I think it was free practice, and I'm sort of going round, and I'm like, you know, your eyes are on stalks. Do you do Friday practice? Do you do Friday practice?
Yeah, we do. Do
you do a Friday test day or not?
If you want to pay for it.
I don't know. Some people do. Some people just turn up and do quali.
No, I don't.
Sometimes.
So I remember in Civics being like absolutely beside myself. If you normally get 4 sessions, don't you? For those who don't know, you get 4 sessions on a Friday, like 25 minutes. Being absolutely beside myself if the car broke down in like 2 of them or 1 of them. Yeah. And I'm like, I ain't had enough track time. Well, you're going into, like Ricky said last week, you know, you're going in and you're like, by the time you're done tyre scrubbing, I think this weekend at Donington, I'll get about 13 or 14 laps. And when your engineer comes on the radio at Knock Hill, which I hadn't driven since Civics, and obviously everything's totally different because you've got different reference points and you're driving a different car, and he's like, are you ready for new tyres now? And I'm like, in my head's just thinking, just want to go home. Like just want to keep driving around and even another 30 laps, you know. It's like, yeah, it's just funny how, you know, that's just how they are. They're just very clinical like that, but they'll give you all the right information, you know. It's quite handy, and you get relayed the information, like, you know, almost instantly, because at club level you have to come in, download your V-Box. Yeah, you know, you're doing all that yourself. You're downloading your V-Box, looking at the graphs.
Whereas you're getting the guy in the ear going,
yeah, right, 4 temps sector 1, you know. And as much as that might be, oh, I don't know where there's 4 temps in sector 1, or they might say, oh, you know, minimums out of 3 or whatever. You know, it's actually quite a good feedback, because then you can think, oh, I'm fine around the hairpin, but actually, I'll now push on sector 1 or sector 2 or whatever it is.
Like I say, club racing, you've got to look at that between your first session and your second session.
Yeah.
But then you're getting a massive differential in time as well, and the track can heat up. So then you're like, oh, fucking right, I've got to try and push through there.
But it's funny in those cars because they're like, it's like any car, like the C1s. It's the little things. You know, it's just getting on the throttle that moment too late can be like 3 temps. And physically, I get asked a lot, like the difference between a TCR car and a touring car. And physically, the touring car, I think it's harder to drive.
Yeah,
they're physically harder.
Yeah, you were saying you've got to really hustle
it. Yeah, you have to really wrestle it. And when I done gearbox karting, I don't know if you've ever done karting. Either of you done karting?
No, only rental.
Yeah, so like the gearbox karts, if you ever get a chance to have a go in one of them. They're brutal. They're so good. They're so fast. But the touring car's like a car version of that. They're quite physical. They're very, lots of grip, decent amount of power when you're on boost. The brakes stop really well. You know, they've got everything. And obviously, they're just quite physical to drive. The TCR is a lot more placid to drive. It's a
more
lot
of a
easier.
Driver-friendly, beginner.
Yeah, you still got to pedal them. You know, they're just very subtle differences. I think the touring car's more refined. Adam Morgan described it as me that they're more raw.
Okay.
The touring car's more raw because he's driven both as well. But the touring cars, everything's just heightened up more. You know, the pressure's more. I think a lot of it's self-inflicted. You know, you kind of like, if you're like P20, like, well, I don't want to be back. Who wants to be P20?
Yeah,
but,
you don't want to be that last car on the grid.
No, but you know, the thing was at Knock Hill. You know, like we looked after, and you know, the team are very complimentary. They're like, well, you know, time wise, when we look and break your sectors down, you know, in the wet, I was like P8 or something on lap time. And it's the first time you've driven in the wet, and you're like, well, okay. But then, you know, you just then need to learn the racing, because again, the racing's a whole different element. Every one of them touring car races is like a reverse grid in Civics. You know,
fucking animals.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I remember when I done that race at Snet, I just remember going down to turn 2, and I'm like, well, they're all into the back of each other. You know, not because they're clumsy. You know, you get that in club racing. Like sometimes you get like a driver you don't want to get near, and you're like, oh, this guy's going to hit me.
Yep.
There's some in C1s that I won't mention. I always have a whinge at, but yeah, you're just like, oh, they're going to hit me. But they're all doing it because, you know, they all want that piece of track and they want that position.
There is the margin is there is no margin. You need to be there.
It's like if there's a gap, they're in it.
Yeah.
They'll leave it up to you to have an accident. If there's not a gap, they'll kind of make one.
Yeah.
And then they'll sort it out in the steward's office.
I karted against Nick Housted, and I found this out right.
Yeah.
Because he just literally, we come round and he fucking dug his nose in, and then I don't know who's bang, bang, bang. I was like, what the fuck happened there? Literally just got nailed, but they leave nothing to chance.
It's so aggressive.
Absolutely nothing to chance.
But again, it's just, you know, it's just adapting to that and just, you know, being aggressive back. And just being smart, I think. You know, a lot of the drivers are very smart with how they pull off moves. But some of that as well is knowing the cars, because, you know, you can be in a low-powered Civic where, you know, you might not be able to do a cutback, or it may take 2 corners to do a cutback, but in a touring car, you might be able to do a cutback.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, it's just learning. But everything is heightened up. And I think while a lot of people are good drivers on paper, I wonder how many would have the mental resilience to withstand going through the process of, like, because anyone's going to come into it. You know, even the guys we've mentioned.
Yeah.
You know, even someone like Dan Thackeray, who's an incredible driver. It'd be good to see him in a touring car. You know, like,
yeah, absolutely.
But when you come into it, you're not going to be at the front straight away. If you are, then, you know, you may be for one race, and then, you know, you'll be back down, probably further down the order.
Who did that a couple of years ago? Come from GT stuff. Actually won a race at Donny in the wet.
Oh shit, Watson.
Yes. Yeah, he kind of came in.
Andrew Watson.
Andrew Watson.
What's he doing now?
I think he went back to GT. I'm not sure. I haven't seen much of him, to be honest.
No.
But yeah, that was a bit of a.
But yeah, I mean that, and obviously when you get your data, you know, I say that your data tells you how shit you are via a graph. So
tell me, I already know it.
Yeah. And you know, you're going for it, you're engineer, and obviously you want to know all your pitfalls. And I think a lot of drivers, if they come in and they've got an ego, they're really going to struggle, because you're going to get put in your place. And then, you know, if you can't look at yourself and go, yeah, well, I'm not good enough here, but how do I improve?
Yeah.
You're never going to go forwards. And I think a lot of people would probably struggle with that, because it like I say, it would.
If you
it
come
takes
from
us-
like the top, if you're top of your or the biggest fish in your pond, and you
Yeah,
go
yeah,
into
yeah.
that, you still think you're the big fish. You're not going to be the big
But
fish.
we've all had seasons, right, where we've won like a couple of races, or we've been consistently up the front, and things are going really well. And you get the odd mechanical failure, but you take it in stride because everything's going really well, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you come into a series that's as tough as that, even if you're a really good peddler, you're not going to put it on pole and win all 3 races.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a bit of a shit fight on your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think the drivers obviously are going to have a pretty decent level of mental resilience to kind of put up with that.
Do you think that's what makes a difference between people like Ash and Tom? They've got that in their armory over maybe some of the drivers that are a bit further down the grid.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they just stick at it longer. I mean, how long's Ash been in it now?
Oh Christ!
Same time as Josh.
Yeah,
10 years, 11 years?
years, yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
And then when you think he's about to win his 5th title this year,
Yeah.
that's astounding. The ratio.
What do you think to his hair transplant?
Impressive.
Mm.
Why not?
Yeah.
He deserves it. 5-time champ.
I can't wait. Oh, I really want to. I've got that sticker done, haven't I?
Can you get a poster?
No.
Can you,
So, yeah, no.
We've done a special.
He can, when they come on, anyone that comes on, and I'm doing this, I'm backdating this as well from previous guests. I'll get around to doing it, but basically you'll get something like that. But with Ricky, what Ricky said last
about
week,
him being Jesus.
Jizz. He's
Maybe Jizz.
Ashley Jizz. I did a little summing, which turned out to be pretty damn funny. So when you see him on the side of the stickers on the side of the car and it's Jesus and it's like, I saw that.
Yeah.
Well, we have that.
That's good. I like that. Yeah.
We're literally gonna. I need to get some of those printed off. I'll try and get some done ASAP and see if we can get them to Donington.
Stick it on the car.
Just stick it.
Take mortgage synergy off. We'll get that on the front. Shall we? The Toyota. yeah.
Just stick it
Yeah.
on the front windows of a couple of the touring cars. Saw that.
That was funny because when I signed the contract, they were like, "Oh, because one of the things you negotiate is how much space you want on the car. Can be one of the things, for sponsors and things like that."
Yeah.
So I was like, they were like, we negotiated that, and they were like, "Oh, you got both doors on both cars," and I'm like, "Oh, have I?"
Both cars.
Both cars, yeah. So I was like, fantastic.
You can have whatever you like.
I was like, well, it's on the rear quarter, I think it is, and obviously it's on Josh's bonnet, and I'm like, okay. Yeah.
You can have whatever you
Answers serious suggestions in the comments.
Ginger
Very
loves
much.
Matt.
Yeah, definitely.
like. Yeah, definitely.
I
Ginger
thought
loves
about
Matt.
comedy cock.
Just
Have
that.
you
Just
seen
that.
Have you seen the cakes I get made?
No.
No?
No, I'll show you afterwards.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that final bit, we'll clip that, and I think we're going to put that out to the people
What's that?
about what we get put on Josh's bonnet.
Oh, we have to put something.
Definitely. But it's
Just my face.
yeah, that would be really good.
Him giving me the Heinrich manoeuvre. Can AI can probably do that, can't it?
It probably could.
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
It probably could. But it's been nearly 2 hours. Again,
Did you
just
finish
like
your
Ricky
questions?
told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all done.
Was that it?
Yeah.
No, I meant the quick fire stuff.
The quick
Yeah.
fire stuff, yeah, we
Is
done
that
it.
it?
And then,
That's
yeah,
long gone.
And then he
Then we just carried on rabbiting.
We just
That's
carried on rabbiting.
pretty
That's what we
much.
do.
pretty
That's
much.
it then, isn't it?
Chat
Yeah.
shit.
Sit here and chat shit. But Ryan Bensley, it's been so good to have you down.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I was a virgin podcaster until now.
That's it.
You
So
broke my seal.
that's it. We are.
We popped his cherry.
popped my cherry.
We
Yeah.
pop the podcast cherry.
Yeah, Chris Williamson next week. Other podcasts are available.
Yeah, and
Allegedly.
Allegedly. We'll have to get Josh and Jade on at some point. They do have a right to reply.
I did say the 3 of us should do a podcast.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be very.
As long as it's this podcast.
We get the 3 of us on.
Why not?
Yeah.
We'll just sit back and let you three just row it out.
You should probably do it if we do the 24-hour. Probably do it. Sort of feature because you done the podcast on the 24
Yeah, we
hour,
did.
didn't
We
you?
did.
Yeah.
Hoping to bloody race it next year.
Oh yeah.
That's
Are you
the
going to have a
plan.
go?
I want him to drive.
Probably not the 24-hour.
Why not? Oh, because you work. Because you got. Yeah.
Hold
yeah,
on
yeah.
a minute. Yeah, but you
I do
don't-
my thing for Robin.
You do, but you're not. You could do 2 hours in a car.
Right, as well as broadcasting.
Yeah.
Do you know what work goes into broadcasting?
I know, mate. I was with you for the 24. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
when you rumbled down the Marriott where you're sleeping.
Is this payback for that?
Fucking right it is.
At some point, I will get out and see one properly and try
Yeah,
it.
I think you should. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done a Gen 2. I need to go out into Gen 1 and probably do some race laps. But
Turn me around, please.
huh?
Turn me around.
What can I say?
That's when you made it.
That's when you've made it.
Not when you make the podcast. When you turn me around and see one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
On that note, I've been Rob Lewis. This man has been Scott Evans, and this has been the wonderful Ryan Bensley. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. We've got another great guest next week. We've got some great guests coming up, and we've had 2 mega ones already in August as part of Mega Month.
Definitely.
But Ryan, thank
Mega
you
Month.
for coming on.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, mate.